We live, brother Jalen.
All praises, all
Shalom,
praises.
shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. All praise to the Most High. By Shimei HaMashiach, Yahweh Shai. We want to give all praise and glory to the Most High, the Father, and to His Son, our coming King. Today on this Sabbath class, it's kind of raining really bad out here in Texas today, but
That's right.
you still go, man, brother Jalen. This kind of weather make you want to go to sleep. Hey, but we're still going to push through it, man. We got another lesson. We want to thank you. We want to continue to thank you, you viewers, people on Facebook, and we share our YouTube page. I want to thank you for giving us support. We're being such a young organization in the ministry, the tents of the congregation. We continue to try to push the work. The lessons that we do is not only to benefit the children of Israel, but it also helps us learn even better.
That's
it
right.
makes me and Brother Jalen better. It shows you that we're actually studying. We're putting forth the effort to study and get better. We want to give honor to all the elders and the brothers out there on the street in the ministry doing the work. And we want to continue to show them that we at the tents of the congregation, that we are striving to get better, do better, understand better, and actually putting real study into the Bible. This is what we do.
That's right.
A lot of times people say, well, this is kind of milk. But we understand that it's what we teach. Some of it is milk. And we've done some deep lessons now. Don't get it twisted, you know. Right. You guys got caught up in that Asmodeus spirit. We got almost a whole 500 views on that because don't nobody like talking about lust. I see you was very intrigued with that lesson. So sometimes we have to go back to the milk because there's a great awakening happening in with the children of Israel. There's a lot of people coming into the truth, trying to understand the truth. There's a lot of confusion out there that's going on with the truth as well. You always have some actors out there that perpetrate themselves to be just like the Christian church, whatever, and people get kind of confused. But what we're going to do is just like we did. What was that lesson we did on Wednesday, Brother Jalen?
Yes, sir. The word of the world.
Yeah, the word of the world. So we broke down the context of the world of the word of the world.
Right.
Reaching out to some people. Some people still think the context of the world means everything and everybody.
Right.
Even though we know biblically that the Most High is not even going to save everybody. I mean, it's confusion. Even we know that. Just getting on top of a little bit, we know that even the children of Israel are not going to be. Is not going to be spared. Some of us is going to be destroyed. But in their mind, they believe that they're going to save everybody.
That's right.
That is a contradiction to the Bible. That's a contradiction to the word of the Lord. They need to be very, very careful with that.
That's right.
All right to say, I would hope that everybody could be saved because Christ said, I would hope, I wouldn't have to destroy anybody, but unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be destroyed in the world of Israel and other different worlds and nationality. This system is going to be destroyed, which we refer to as the world. So today we coming out with a different lesson. Actually, Brother Jalen had a wonderful idea. I totally agree with. I support it. And the title of the lesson today. Let me just bring it up, and I'm gonna share the screen. We're gonna get through it real quick. Let me share the screen, and I'm on a Brother Jill. I'm not going to see you after this.
Okay, yes, sir.
Give me 1 second. So let me see. Let me know if you see it pretty good. Do you see it?
Yes, sir.
Is everything good? Okay. So the days what we Brother Jill and had a wonderful idea and supporting his vision as well as to, and like I say, this is probably you considered milk, but we want to get people to understand it. And you always have the opportunity to go back and study for yourself.
That's right.
This right here would be a gateway for someone to take and say, hey, let me look at this, see if I can add to it, see if I can improve upon it, See if it's in some type of in the right order. Because we do the research the best that we do our research, right? And
Right.
all research can be vetted, right? In research, uh, I'm trying. There's a word that I want to use. It can't. It slips my mind, but has to also be proven or whatever. People can go back and look at it and they can study it. So use us as the gateway to your study. So the title of this lesson is the biblical books written during the children of Israel seven captivities. Children of Israel was in seven captivities. It was in the Egyptian captivity, the Assyrian captivity, the Babylonian captivity, the Persian captivity, the Greek captivity, the Roman captivity, and now we're in the American captivity.
That's right.
So Brother Jalen, through his efforts and his research study, he went through and identified which biblical records were written during the seven captivities,
That's
right?
right.
So, the best that we knew how, right?
That's
So, in order to um, for our study, we can, like I said, we continue to put forth effort and study and try to help our people understand the children of Israel captivity and in the biblical records that were written during the children of Israel seven captivities. And I yield.
right. Just to come in, what we really want to do is show y'all that we have basically remembered the days of the old, right? And what we're doing right now is you got that scripture, Elder, Deuteronomy 32:7,
Yes, sir.
because that's what God instructed us to do as a group of people that's teaching this word. Remember the days of the old, right, and teach it to the new generation. Not only people in your age range, but your children. They're the most important factor of getting this
Mhm.
lesson, right? And not only that, but getting this knowledge that we are doing every Sabbath class, every Wednesday class, and even other brothers. Because when we die, they're going to be the ones that takes up the mantle and teach the next generation, right? So what we're doing is, like I keep saying, and I always give my testimony. I was in Kojic for 19 years, and I heard all 19 years the Bible ain't in order. The Bible isn't in order. It isn't in order. But
Mm.
nobody out of 19 years put the Bible in order in that Kojic system that I was in.
Mm.
Right?
No.
Nobody did it. Let me
Yeah.
share my
So that was your motivation.
right, because I kept hearing it, but nobody never, did it. And
All talking, no walking.
that's right. But
Mm.
Elder, here's how you, because I really want Christians to really, really pay attention to this lesson. Because now the question is, how do you put the Bible in order? You gotta know. It got to be a foundation. Just like we put the numbers in numerical order. We know one comes before 49, 49 comes before 100, right? We know A comes before C, C becomes D. That's alphabetical order. But how do we put these books of the Bible in order? It got to be based off something. It's
So
based
your
off.
your your theoretical principle was to, if I understand you, was to look at the captivities and
That's
put
right.
the biblical records in the order of the captivities.
That's right.
You first told me that I was like very, very intrigued about it. I never thought about it like that. I think that was a noble effort. I yield.
No, all praises. I'm gonna share my screen real quick if you can
Oh,
show it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you good, you good.
I
Cause
gotta stop sharing though.
okay, all praise.
All right.
Because I really want everybody, whether you're a Christian, whether you are, just anybody that knows about the Bible and have been told this, right? That the Bible isn't in order. So this is the 1619 King James Bible, and we have all of these 80 books. You got Genesis all the way down to where it say Maccabees, right? So my point is, if it's not in order, how? Who comes first? Is Nahum before Daniel? Is Ezekiel before Daniel? And how do we know that? The only way you can know is by putting it in the order of captivity, because that's
Mm.
different eras and seasons of the Bible. But in order to do that, you got to prove who this Bible is about.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I believe they never went deep into that cause, because once you realize, you'll be like, well, if the only way I can do it is by the captivities of the Israelites, then this Bible is undoubtedly only
Well,
for the Israelites. It
entry. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? It gotta be. If I was to go to a past, if a pastor was to show me, my first thought process would be, well, that means that this book has to be for a certain group of people in order to put it in order. So with that being said, I yield on that, but I just want y'all to really, really think about that. The Bible isn't in order, right? But we can put it in order in terms of the captivities. So I
So,
just want, uh-huh.
yeah. So so you and I think that's a wonderful way to do it,
Right.
is to go back through the captivities.
That's right.
If they don't get nothing else out of this, they're gonna know that they're the children of Israel.
That's
And
right.
that each prophet, each messenger
That's right.
were in captivities.
That's right.
Remember when I was in a camp, and I was learning when I first started learning. I mean, we're at camp too, but when I first started learning and coming into the truth, that my teacher would say, "Hey, this person was in this captivity, that person was
Right.
in that captivity, this
Right.
person was in this prophet was in this captivity, that prophet was in that captivity." And sometimes they would say, "What prophet was in this captivity?" I remember that.
That's right.
They was teaching us that. But what I never seen was it was illustrated and demonstrated the way we're doing it today.
That's right. All praise.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We were asked that in class. Hey, because I think I got it on I remember I showed you my Bible where I wrote it down in my
Right.
Bible that this
That's right.
individual was in this captivity. Because
That's right.
we were studying that, and I would go in and I would write that. And so Daniel was in this captivity. So me knowing and having experience in that, when you first told me that this is what you wanted to do, a light bulb came. I said, man, that's what we used to do.
That's
We used
right.
to write down in our Bible what captivity, what Daniel was in, Nahum was in,
That's right.
Zephaniah, Zechariah was in, but we never really stretched it out as far as you're getting ready to do today.
All praise to the Most
And
High.
like we say, man, you guys and anybody looking at this, if you want to bill on it and whatever, you
Please,
want to sit
please.
down and talk about it, as long as you come in the right spirit, we can. Because what we want to do is we want to make our people better.
That's
This
right.
is to make our people better. This is not to get any fame or glory or any type of, we're really making an effort to try to help our people understand what it is. I thought it was noble because, but I talk a lot, man. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Like you said, please take this information and build on it.
Yeah.
Take this information and build on it. We just kind of gave you some plain. Do some a little more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe you can give us the first king and the last king to rule during this captivity. Go as far as that way. You know what I'm saying? Or go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt. Just we do know about the minor captivities, the
That's
one in
right.
the book of Judges. Don't think we don't know about that. We know
That's
about the
right.
captivities in the book of Judges. We know when we was under the Ammonites and the Moabites, and we understand that. We got that. We know about that, but we didn't want to add those because it would have added too much to the lesson. But we
That's
know that we were in 7 major captivities. We understand that we was in 7 minor captivities.
That's right.
We know that. You left that out. No, we know. It's in
That's
the book
right.
of Judges. We know. We just want to make sure y'all think we don't know. We know. It's in the
That's
book
right.
of Judges. We got it. But we just really wanted to focus on the major captivities. But if you want to expand that and go into the minor, maybe one day we'll do minor captivities. But
That's right.
today we're just doing the major captivity. Now, let me go to the book of Judges. Let me just real. I know what was it? Judges chapter 1, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Let me go to Judges, just to let them know that we do know that um, the other captivities was in the book of Judges. I think I might have it highlighted. I don't know, because we want to make sure people we prove all things, right? I thought I highlighted in here.
You want me to go to verse? You want me to go to chapter 4?
Is it? Yeah, is in it? Yeah, it might be in chapter. Is it chapter 4?
Yeah, it's just one of the captivities in chapter 4.
Yeah, read that. Just read that one then.
Okay. It's the book of Judges, chapter 4 and verse 1. And
Mm-hmm.
the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of the Lord when Ehud was dead. And the Lord sold them in the hand of Jabin, king of Canaan.
So we was under the Canaanites,
That's
right?
right.
You know, that's one. You know, we was under the Canaanites. So there's other ones in there as well. Um, let me see here. But we just wanted to show you that we know that the minor captivities are illustrated in the book of Judges. We understand that. We know that. Me and Brother Jill and we discussed it. We're like, it's gonna be too long, you know what I'm saying? So we're just focusing on the seven major captivities. So we
That's
we
right.
know we know about the minor.
That's
We're
right.
in the book of Judges. They're all in the book of Judges. And so, but if you want to do a lesson on that, you know, to add to it, we encourage you to do so. But
Please
we're
do.
just going to focus on the seven captivities. You still want me to get Deuteronomy 32 and 7?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. And then could you get Job 8 and 8 for me after this?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 7. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 7. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations.
And that's what we're doing, right? What we're doing right now is we're going to the Bible, we're looking over the generations of our forefathers, and we're considering them, right? What does that mean? We're studying them and we're putting them in biblical order, right? Go ahead. Go ahead. Hold on, real quick, Elder.
Mm.
I'm sorry, I was trying to help my mother mute her phone, but all
That's
praise
fine.
to the Most
You
High. Go
good.
ahead. Go ahead, Elder.
You
I'm
good.
sorry.
Remember the day. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, and verse 7. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Right. So you see that? So what we're doing here is we're presenting you the generations of the old. We're considering them and we're putting this Bible in captivity order.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Once again, we are giving you all the prophets of the Bible and we're putting it in the order of captivity.
That's our study.
That's right. That's
We're
right.
putting it in the order of the captivities.
That's right.
That's how we're doing it.
That's right.
To the best of our ability that the Most High gave us.
That's
Through
right.
His Son of Mashak and Hawashah. We understand about the other captivities. We got it, the
That's right.
minor. But what we're doing, the test of the congregation, Brother Jalen and I are doing it in the order of the major captivities.
That's right.
They used to sit in class. What captivity was that? That brother and brother by. Oh, he was in the Babylonian. Oh, he was in the Persian Mede.
That's right.
And when Brother Jalen brought it to me, I'm like, man, he brought back memories. And I was saying in my mind, this is how it should have been done. We should have done it this way. This way, we put it in a lesson, have people take notes. Now we're gonna know which prophet in the biblical records of which major captivity.
That's right.
Um, so yeah, I'm just gotta hammer down on that, Brother
Nah, I
Jalen.
understand.
You
Yes.
know why I'm hammering down on that.
Nah, that's
You already know.
right.
Because we got to make sure that people understand that what our mission was. Our mission through the Most High, through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai in the Bible was to do it in the major captivities.
That's right.
But the Most High, through the spirit of the reading of the Bible, Brother Jalen was able to come up with that. I think it was wonderful. And I wish I would have had this, years ago. This probably would have helped me out a lot better, but, it wasn't time yet. Now it's time, right?
All praises.
So let's go to give me Job 8 and 8 out.
This is the book of Job, chapter 8 and verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to search of their fathers.
Cheap Babylonian captivity.
That's right. That's
This
right.
is part Job was part of Babylonian captivity.
That's
Am I
right.
right? And I think I'm right.
Oh, Job was
I
a part
think
of
I wrote Babylonian
part of
captivity here. They
Babylon.
was talking about the Babylonian captivity, I think, there, about the former age.
Right, all praises.
That's what I wrote in my Bible a long time ago.
All
But I
praises.
put little annotations, but go ahead, read on. I was just looking at it.
verse 9. You want me to keep going through 10,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
For we are but of yesterday
Mm-hmm.
and know nothing, because our days upon earth are a shadow.
Uh-huh.
Shall they not teach thee and tell thee and utter words out of their heart?
That's what we're doing. Read that from at the beginning again. One more time. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Read that one more time at the top.
This is the book of Job, chapter 8 and verse 8. For
Uh-huh.
inquire, I pray thee,
For inquire. Let's inquire. I pray thee that you inquire. Read on.
of the former age.
The former age, the past, the former age, the former world,
That's right.
cosmos, the former world, right? The
That's
former
right.
age. Read on.
And prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
We're searching out our fathers
That's right.
through the biblical, the seven captivities of the biblical records. This is how we searching out our fathers.
That's right.
Now, our methodology may not be to certain people's liking and level, but we can only do it in the ability that the Most High gave us.
That's right.
So, let's not get too prideful.
That's right.
Understand? Read on out.
For we are but of yesterday and know nothing.
We know nothing. We
That's
know
right.
nothing. Don't tell you something. Job say, we know nothing.
That's right.
So, like I say, you got to stay in the spirit. You got to be humility. You got to be humble, because we really know nothing. But it's a what? What is it? What is our thoughts? Read on.
Because our days upon earth are a shadow.
We live short lives. We don't know nothing. We some of us, men get to 72, women 80, 90, some of us live a long time. Our life on this earth is but a shadow.
That's right.
A shadow disappears when the sun is gone. We're but a shadow. Read on.
Shall not they teach thee and tell thee and utter words out of their heart?
And out of our hearts, we're uttering the words of the understanding of what we're teaching, what Brother Jalen is going to be bringing out today. Through the seven captivities, through the biblical records written through the seven captivities. The Most High has charged him to do that, through the scripture.
All praise.
And I yield.
All praise. We can go ahead and pull up the slides, Elder.
All right.
We can pull up the slides. So right now, we're going into these seven captivities. Please get your pencils, your paper, everything, so we can put this in order of captivities according to the Bible. Right? So we're going to put these books of the Bible in order. And like I said, just document it with us so you all can use this as your foundation and build upon it. So go ahead, Elder, if you want to go to the next.
Can you see the slides?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
All praises. So this is the Egyptian captivity, roughly around 1625 BC to 1225 BC, right? And we're going to, if you want to get the fullness of the captivity, you can have Exodus chapters 1 through 15. That gives you the fullness of the Egyptian captivity, right? We know, if you read, we know about Joseph going there and things like that. Matter of fact, let's get it in the book, Exodus 1 and 8. For those who want to know, how we got into captivity in the first place. Exodus 1, and we're going to go to chapter 8. Verse 8.
Chapter 1, verse 8. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph.
Right, because Joseph, one of our forefathers, instructed Pharaoh to prepare for the famine to come. Right? But there's a new Pharaoh that didn't know Joseph. All that meant was he didn't regard him. Right? He didn't care for him. You know how they say there arose new elders that didn't know God. They knew God, they just didn't fear him and respect him. Right? The same with this king. He didn't fear and respect Joseph and what he did for the Egyptians, right, before we went into captivity to them. Let's keep going.
And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
They know that. These Egyptians know we are more and mightier than them. That's why they got us into captivity today. Don't never always keep asking yourself, man, why is it that black people always getting shot? Right? Why are we always in the jail system? Why are we always being oppressed? It ain't because, oh, they ghetto, because they loud, because of this and that. It's because they know we are more and mightier than them. So let's see what they did. Go ahead.
Come on, let us deal wisely with them.
Their wisdom was what? Let's put them into slavery, the Egyptian captivity. Right? Go ahead.
Lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies.
So they feared us. They thought that if we multiply and if somebody go and war with the Egyptians, we would join their enemy and overthrow them, right? And kick them out of power. Y'all don't think they don't think the same about us today? Man, if we let these Negroes get guns, if we let them form a military, right? Just wait till the Chinese invade us. Wait until the Russians invade us.
Mm-hmm.
What you think they gonna do? They gonna help the Chinese and Russians. We need to keep them down and keep our foot on their necks. Let's keep going.
And fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
Right. So now we have to get them up out of the land. Now, what do they mean by that? This is the last scripture.
Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built from Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses.
We doing the same thing today, right? The first slaves was taken to Jamestown, 1619, Virginia, right? And what did we do? Built them plantations, built the big house, right? Planted whatever that could go on the ground, and they sold, they reaped what we sowed. It's the same thing. The game don't change. And if you believe in regeneration, which we do, the players don't change.
And if you believe in King Solomon when he said there's nothing new under the sun,
that's right.
There's no end to all the people, then you would believe this.
That's right. So we are constantly coming back. This is why we gotta learn, y'all. We have to learn from our past mistakes, or we're gonna keep going through the same thing. But we know we in this last captivity because we know Babylon will fall. We already know the old Babylon fell, but now we got the spiritual that's going to fall when Christ Yahweh comes back. Yahweh comes back.
Yeah,
so that's go ahead, Elder.
No, we're spiritually in Egypt, and
that's right.
We're spiritually in Babylon. That's right.
That's right. Keep going, Elder. I'm sorry.
No, you can't. You good. Verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
Right, because they were scared of them. God dang. They just keep on multiplying. And they so much stronger, so much better than us. We got to do some more. We got to keep on oppressing them. Let's keep going.
And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
Right, with rigor. They was harsh over them. Go ahead.
And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage in mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field.
In the where?
In the field.
Where did we serve hundreds of years ago? In the field. That's why they call America spiritual Egypt. So, Elder, you telling me the same way that they were serving in the field in Egypt is the same way we were serving in the plantations in America. Because Egypt is America. We keep trying to tell y'all that.
Yeah.
You have to draw that parallel. That's why we going through these scriptures with y'all. Right? Go ahead, Elder.
All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor.
Right, and they were harsh over us. That's why they say this place is spiritual Egypt and Sodom. Right? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Elder.
May I interject for a moment?
Yes, sir.
There's two captivities that we serve with rigor.
That's right.
Is the first captivity and the last captivity.
That's right.
This is how we know in the essence that Yahushua Christ is on his way back him.
That's right.
Because Moses delivered us out of Egypt. And we're
That's
going to get that. And this time in this spiritual Egypt, Christ is going to come. Don't you see the parallel to that?
that's right.
This is, man, this is why what Brother Jalen is doing, it was perfect when he first told me about, I meditate on things.
Right.
And I was like, this is going to be excellent. This is because it's going to show the parallel between the Old Testament and the New Testament.
That's right.
Where sometimes Christians just they can't get it. They lose it. They get caught up.
Yeah.
We're living what our ancestors lived in a new age.
That's right.
In the new millennium.
That's right.
But I yield, man.
That's right. Like you said, Elder, if we believe what Solomon said is nothing new under the sun, we just reliving this same captivity over again. It's just modernized. It's just modernized. The Egyptians had the pyramids, right? What's on the back of the American dollar bill? The pyramid. We're literally reliving our past lives because we failed to do what God is telling us to do. But like you said, this is the last captivity, and we serve because we serve with rigor.
In the field back then, and in the field now.
That's right. That's right. All praises.
Can I add one more thing? I promise.
Yes, sir. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
And the Egyptians were dark-skinned, melanated people.
That's right. That's right.
That's why they couldn't tell. They thought Moses. I think somebody who they thought was it Moses or Joseph?
Both of them. Oh, yeah, no, yeah. The Joseph brothers didn't even recognize him.
They didn't even recognize him.
That's right.
That's how you did it. That's right. Yeah, that's what I was
thinking. Perfectly. Same skin tone, everything. Only he probably done, did his hair like the Egyptians. But that shows you if he was black, if the Egyptians was black, but the Hebrews was white, how come they couldn't tell what their Hebrew brother looked like in the midst of all them black folks?
There you go. Hey, there you go. Bing, boom. That's it. Boom. Man. That's it. That's it.
I'm sorry. I gotta get this one.
Go ahead, Op. Which one we get?
Exodus chapter 3. You brought out something beautiful. Exodus chapter 3, and 7? We want. Let's see.
7 or 9?
When he put his hands in. Exodus 4.
Oh, 4. Okay.
And we're gonna start at verse 4.
Come. This is the book. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 4, and verse 4. And the Lord said unto Moses, "Put forth thy hand and take it by the tail." And he put forth his hand and caught it, and it became as a rod in his hand.
Right, keep reading.
That they may believe that the Lord God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, which had appeared unto thee.
This is the point, right? Go ahead. Exodus chapter 4, 6.
Verse 6. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, "Put now thy hand into thy bosom."
Take your hand and put it inside of your bosom. Right? Okay. Let's keep going.
And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was as leprous as snow.
And he took his hands out, it was leprous as snow. His hand had no what? Melanation. It was white as snow. Let's keep going. Watch this here.
And he said, "Put thy hand into thy bosom again." And he put his hand into the bosom again and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
So if it was as snow when it came out, and when he put it in and he took it out and it returned to his other flesh, what do you think it was? Dark, melanated, black, right? That's how we know these people were dark-skinned people. Leprosy is literally just the lack of melanation.
Lack of melanin, right?
That's all.
And I don't know if you did you ever remember seeing the Ten Commandments, the Ten Commandments with Charleston Heston?
No,
Your
sir.
mother probably remembers it. It was an excellent movie.
Mm,
It was very good. I mean, it was almost down to the wire, with the exception of the Israelites weren't melanated, and they left that part of the scripture out the Bible. They
oh,
used
that's
the
the
one with the
part
rod,
he didn't do.
but they left the one out with the less when he put his hand in his bosom. This is how we know Hollywood is a lie.
That's right.
Well, you can't believe nothing that they show you,
That's right.
because even though they did an excellent job on that, with the exception of showing the true identity of the children of Israel, they left that out, of course. They also left out the one where he put his hand in his bosom.
That's
That
right.
was that was not part of the movie. This
That's
is why
right.
you can't trust Hollywood, because they'll lie to you.
That's right. All praises.
It was I don't know if you ever seen it, but it was a good movie.
All praises.
There was a lot of lies in it too.
Mm,
Just like the Passion of the Christ was a lie. But I
that's
yield.
right. And that movie was beautifully done too. They spoke in they modern day Hebrew, right? Showed you how he was beaten, how he was, took it to that whipping post. They hit him with the cat of nine tails.
No,
That thing was 100% good, man.
it's pretty accurate.
But he didn't look like what he was supposed to look like.
The guy that was helping him carry the cross, that's the
Right.
what he should have been looking like.
That's
They knew,
right.
they
That's
knew
right.
it. They should have been in reverse or something.
That's right.
They
That's
knew
right.
it. They knew it. But our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Anyway,
That's
I
right.
get. Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Okay, so I'll pray. This is the Egyptian captivity. Now we're gonna go to the noticeable or notable event, right? Which is what the parting of the Red Sea. That was like the major event,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because that was really the last sign before we left the Egyptian captivity. So we
Mm-hmm.
can go to Exodus chapter 14, but what we'll do is, Elder, we can start at verse 15. We can just
Yes, sir.
start at 15.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14, and verse 15. And the Lord said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward, but
Mm.
lift thou up thy rod and stretch out thine hand over the sea and divide it, and the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea.
Yeah, you see that? So the deliverance in the Egyptian captivity was the parting of the Red Sea. The deliverance of this Egyptian captivity, America, is what? Being translated.
Translated up out of here.
Right, being translated up out of here. We are not going from one captivity to another. This is it. Right? We walked on dry ground in the first, but when he comes back, we're going to be caught up, as they would say, translated, right? To meet the Lord in the air. Let him do what he do. And then, of course, New Jerusalem is going to come down and we're going to be with the Lord forever.
That's right. Now, we don't know exactly how it's going to happen,
That's right.
but we know it's going to happen. I think it's in First Thessalonians.
That's right.
Um,
What is that, verse 3? Is it
let
verse
me,
3?
let me see. Let me see. My memory be bad. I know where it's at, but sometimes I be forgetting where it's at. Let me go to
First Thessalonians, is it 4? Oh, 4. 4.
Then we believe for the way we say up. First
4 and
first
13.
yeah, concern sleep. Is it 4?
4 and 13.
It starts at 13. Let's see, and themselves
Right.
should have
If you want the direct scripture, 16 through 17.
Right. For the Lord himself shall descend from the heaven with a shout, with a voice of the archangel, with the trump of the Yahweh, and the dead in Christ will rise first. And then which we are alive, and it was really 17. Then which we are alive remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. So, we know that there's different times that we're going to be caught up. Probably we don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but we know this is going to be a rescue mission. I normally call that a rescue mission, that
That's
we're going
right.
to be rescued up out of here the same way Moses rescued out of us. We know in part and we prophesy in part.
That's
So
right.
we understand that we are, like Brother Jalen said, we're going to be translated up out of here.
That's right.
I yield.
All praise. We can go to the next captivity. So as we've seen, we was mightier and stronger than those of Egypt. They put us into captivity, right? And then we ended up turning around and being delivered by crossing the Red Sea on dry ground. Right now we got the Assyrian captivity. This is where we kind of get into the people who wrote these books, right, during this time. So we got the Assyrian captivity, and that was from 722 to 720 BC. Right? Now, what's real?
The first we didn't say it, but the first 5 books was written by Moses.
That's right. First 5 written by Moses.
The Torah, the Tanakh, or Pentateuch, or something of that. I'm pronouncing it right, but that's the first 5 books. So now we like. I'm sorry. I just want to bring it out, Brother Jill.
No, that's right. All praise to the Most High. All praises. So as we can see in this Assyrian captivity, we got a list of the prophets that lived during this time. And we're going to give y'all the scriptures, right, to prove that these prophets lived during the time of the Assyrian captivity. So let's go to Isaiah 1:1.
The vision of, this is the book of Isaiah 1:1, the vision of Isaiah, the son of Amos, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah.
Right. So Isaiah 1:1 is telling you the time frame and the time period in which Isaiah lived. That was with the kings of, that was in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah. These kings lived during this Assyrian captivity. Right? And I'm gonna show y'all how we know it. We're gonna get some precepts going on to this, but we just giving y'all the kings during this time. Let's go to Amos 1:1.
Come.
So we know Isaiah lived during that time through the kings, but we're gonna show y'all in precepts.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 1 and verse 1. The words of Amos, who was among the herdmen of Tekoa, which he saw concerning Israel in the days of Uzziah, the king of Judah.
In the days of who?
In the days of Uzziah, the king of Judah.
So was it Isaiah living during the times of Uzziah, king of Judah? That means Isaiah and Amos was living during the same time period.
That's right.
That's right. If we go in the list of the Bible, Daniel, the book of Daniel, comes before the book of Amos. But Daniel isn't nowhere on this list, is he? Why? This is how we're putting the Bible in order. This is how we know Amos was born before or wrote his record before Daniel did, and Daniel got his start. How do we know that, though? During the captivities of our people. This is how we put the Bible in order. This is what the Spirit, the Most High, put on us to give to y'all. Right? So Amos and Isaiah both lived during the same time period. Go ahead, Elder.
This is the words of Amos, who was among the herdmen of Tekoa, which he saw concerning Israel in the days of Uzziah, the king of Judah, in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel.
Right.
2 years before. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You can finish it out.
2 years before the earthquake.
Right. So he wrote this 2 years before the earthquake. Right. And as we can see, he lived during the same time as Isaiah. That's why we let pastors in these Christian churches go to Hosea 1:8 or all this. Go to Isaiah 1:1, Amos 1:1, Hosea 1:1. Let's get context, right? Let's see where they from. Let's see what time period they was listening. They was writing through, right? Let's go to Hosea 1:1.
Come on.
We just showing y'all some things right now, man. That's all we doing. We showing y'all who lived during what time period.
Hosea chapter 1 and verse 1. The
Uh-huh.
word, the word of the Lord that came unto Hosea, the son of Beeri, in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah.
Right. Go
This is the
ahead.
third time. And the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel.
So once again, as we see,
Mhm.
Isaiah, Amos, and Hosea all lived during the same time period,
All praises.
right? Which is the Assyrian captivity. We ain't showed y'all yet how we know this is the Assyrian captivity, but we're going to prove to y'all once we get some of these precepts. Let's go to Micah 1 and 1.
Con.
Like I said, this is interesting to me because I'm like, God dang, I wonder do they know each other. I wonder if they knew each other. You know, Israel is we got a lot of Israelites, Elder. But I just
Right.
wonder sometimes, did Isaiah know Hosea? They all lived during the same time period, wrote their records. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting that when you break it down through the captivities in the time period, did any of these individuals really know each other? I mean, did they
Right.
almost I was using them on separately,
That's right.
just like when people wake up, some people wake up now, some people wake up later. Your Lord uses them.
That's right.
Like he was using you. I didn't know you, but he was
That's
using
right.
you. I was
Oh,
doing some work. You didn't know me, but he was using me. But we lived through the same time period.
that's
Even
right.
though I'm older than you and
That's
you're
right.
younger than me, we're still in the same time period.
That's right.
So, I mean, if we look at it in that framework, it's highly possible that a lot of them did in the same time period, but they didn't know each other. So we
That's
don't
true.
know.
That's very
We,
possible.
yeah, it's possible. It's
That's
possible.
right.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
possible. We know in part. We process in part. We know in part. We don't know everything, but
That's
we
right.
we just
That's
talk
right.
about what we do know.
That's right.
What the Bible tells us. That's what we go by.
That's right. All praises.
You want me to
All right.
read
Yes, sir. We can go to Micah.
1 and 1? Yes, sir. This is the book of Micah, chapter 1 and verse 1. Now the word of the Lord came unto Jonah, the son
So Micah.
Amittai. I'm
Aren't we
sorry.
Micah? Aren't we in Micah?
Oh,
Micah.
shit, I'm reading Jonah. I'm looking at you.
That's right.
I'm
That's all
looking at
right.
you. They right next to each other. My bad. This is the book of
Right.
Micah, chapter 1 and verse 1. The word of the Lord that came to Micah, the Morashite, in the days of Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah the kings of Judah, king of Judah, which he saw concerning Samaria and Jerusalem.
They saying the exact same thing, right?
Mhm.
They all are prophesying during the times of the kings, right? Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah, and all the other kings of Israel as well. Because remember, the kingdom split into two. So all of these prophets wrote their biblical records during the exact same time, right? Let's
Right.
keep going. Let's go to the prayer of Manasseh.
That's a long one.
Right. So what we gonna do is,
I read that.
let's see. We're gonna start. I'm gonna tell you when to start. I mean when to stop.
All right.
We can just read one, and I'm gonna just tell you when to stop.
All right. Oh yeah, one. Yeah, one's gonna be. And this is the book of I'm in Maccabees. No, Manasseh. Okay, this is the book, the prayer of Manasseh in the book of the Apocrypha. O Lord Almighty, God of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, of their righteous seed, who has made heaven and earth with all the ornaments thereof, who has found the sea by the word of thy commandment, who thou shut up the deep and sealed it by the terrible and glorious name, whom all men fear and tremble before the power, for the majesty that glory cannot be borne, and thine anger threatened towards sinners is importable, but the merciful promise is unmeasurable and unsearchable. For thou art the most high Lord of great compassion,
Uh huh.
long suffering, very merciful, and repentance of the evils of men.
So he's basically praying to the Most High, right? What is he praying for? Forgiveness. Manasseh did some evil things, y'all, right? And he's praying for forgiveness during this captivity. Now we're going to give you the precepts of how we know this. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 21. We just want to prove to you that this is a prayer of forgiveness. But now when we go to 2 Kings chapter 21 and verse 10, we're going to show you what happened to Manasseh and why he's praying for forgiveness. So 2 Kings, I'm going to go to it as well. 21 and verse 10.
I'm in there. Mm-hmm. We're almost there. Hold on 1 second.
That's all right.
2 Kings 21 verse 10.
That's right.
This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 21 and verse 10. It reads, and the Lord spake by his servants, the prophet, saying, because Manasseh, king of Judah, had done these abominations.
Right. So you see that? Y'all see it clicking? That's why he praying. Most High done whooped them up. Right? Done sent them Assyrians on his tail and then put that belt on them. That's why he's praying for forgiveness. Manasseh, who was the king of Judah, had did abominations. This the prayer we should be praying dang near every day for the abominations we've done.
Yes.
In spiritual Egyptian captivity, America.
That's right. I've read that. I've read that in my certain lessons before.
All praises.
That's the one. And had done wickedly above all the Amorites did, which were before him, and had made Judah also to sin with his idols. Therefore, thus said the Lord God of Israel, behold, I am bringing such evil upon Jerusalem and Judah, that whosoever heareth of it, both his ears shall tingle. And I will stretch over Jerusalem line of Samaria, and the plummet the house of Ahab, and I will wipe Jerusalem as a man wipeth a dish, wiping it and turn it upside down.
You see what he doing? He gonna wipe Jerusalem and Israel as a man wipes a dish, and he gonna turn it upside down. Most not know how to get you scared, man.
He sure do. You think about washing the dish, and you wiping it, then you turn it upside. You're like, man,
yeah, man.
Like, I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And I will forsake the remnant, verse 14. And I will forsake the remnant of my inheritance, and deliver them into the hand of their enemies. And they shall become a prey and a spoil to all their enemies. Because they have done that which was evil in my sight, and have provoked me to anger, since the day their fathers came forth out of Egypt, even unto this day.
Right.
Moreover, Manasseh shed innocent blood very much, till he had filled Jerusalem from one end to another, beside his sin wherewith made Judah to sin, and doing which was evil in the sight of the Lord.
That's right.
Now the rest of the acts of Manasseh and all that he did, and his sin that he sinned, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah?
So now we're going to do one more thing. We're going to go to 2 Chronicles, right? 33. And we're going to find out the sins that he did and how the Most High put that belt on him. Because that's what they said. Are they not written in the book of the Chronicles? So let's see, right, what 2 Chronicles chapter 33 say.
This is the book of 2 Chronicles chapter 33, starting at verse 11. Wherefore the Lord brought upon them the captains of the host of the king of Assyria.
I told y'all we was going to get to it. I told y'all don't like to wait on it. You know, they don't want to wait on it, Elder.
Hey, they like, man, them niggas don't know what they talking about. Hey, that's why the Bible say precept upon precept.
That's right.
Precept upon precept. Line upon line, line upon line. Here a little and there a little. And it seemed like you weren't gonna never get to it, but you know, I know what you were doing. You done told me, right? But it took a while, but he got there. He got there. That's the main thing. He got there.
That's right.
All praise to the Most High, Brother Jalen. I'm gonna read it again. Give me joy. This is the book of 2 Chronicles chapter 33 and verse 11. Wherefore the Lord brought upon them the captains of the host of the king of Assyria, which took Manasseh among the thorns and bound him with fetters and carried him into Babylon.
So even though this is the Assyrian captivity, he sold them to the Babylonians. Here, get these Negroes, right? Let's
And,
keep going.
and when he was in affliction, he besought the Lord his God and humbled himself greatly before the God of his fathers.
That's why we know the prayer of Manasseh was what it was, because they took him, sold him to the Babylonians, and they beat him and afflicted him. So now he in his jail cell, elders, and Lord forgive me.
And if somebody look at the apocrypha, they say, well, he was in Babylon, but he was in Assyria before he was in Babylon.
That's right.
And he started praying when he got in Babylon, because
That's
I got it noted in my Bible, right? I wrote it down.
That's right.
It's written in my Bible. Then that's where he started praying, because he was being punished.
That's right.
We may say the prayer Messiah Babylonian,
That's
but
right.
really he was in Assyria.
That's right.
That's why you got to read precept upon precept.
Precept upon precept.
That's the only way you're going to understand the Bible, man.
That's right.
It's a hard fight, but it is. That's the way it's got to be done. The Bible is like a puzzle. It's a mystery.
Yes, it is.
The only way you're going to be able to search out the mysteries, you got to read, study. It's hard, man. I mean, it is what it is.
All praise.
Yeah.
All praise. You want? I'm sorry.
Okay, and this is verse 13. No, I started 12. And when the Second Chronicles chapter 33 and verse 12. And when he was in affliction, he besought the Lord his God, and humbled himself greatly before the God of his fathers, and prayed unto him. And he was entreated of him, and heard his supplication, and brought him again into Jerusalem, into his kingdom. Then Manasseh knew that the Lord he was God.
Right. So you see that? So he did repent. Manasseh repented in his prayer. Right? I want to give more context, Elder. Let's go to 2 Chronicles 32 and verse 1. We didn't write this precept down, but y'all write it down, because we read Isaiah, we read Amos, we read Hosea, we read Micah, right? And it kept talking about Hezekiah and all these things, right? We're going to prove to y'all this is Assyria once again with more precepts. So let's start with 32 and verse 1.
This is the book. Very good. This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 32 and verse 1. After these things, and he establishment thereof, Sennacherib, king of Assyria, came and entered into Judah, and encamped against the fenced cities, and thought to win them for himself.
So do you see that? He came to do what? Siege Judah. Right? So the Assyrians is going against us and trying to put us into captivity this whole time. Right? I want to we can stop right here. I just wanted to set that up. And Hezekiah, mind you, is the father of Manasseh. I'm gonna prove that. Let's go all the way down to the last verse, Elder, verse 33.
Verse 33. This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 32 and verse 33. And Hezekiah slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the chiefest of the sepulchres of the son of David. And all Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem did honor at his death, and Manasseh's son reigned in his stead.
And who put Manasseh in captivity? The Assyrians. They sold him to the Babylonians. Right? As we read in that chapter, the next chapter, verse 11. That's when he made his prayer. So the Assyrians is coming through doing all of these things right now. Right?
Especially if you read all the way down in the 32. I got some stuff highlighted here. But yeah, that's good. You good. That's good.
All praises. So that's why we showed y'all Isaiah, Amos, Hosea, Micah. They're giving you the names of these kings, and now we're giving you the events of how we know these kings were during the Assyrian captivity. Let's get another name. Let's go to Zephaniah.
The biblical records. Come.
Right. The biblical records. That's right, Elder. So now we'll go to Zephaniah real quick. and show them that record.
We'll get there. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 1. The word of the Lord, which came into Zephaniah, the son of Cushi, the son of Gedaliah, and the son of Amariah, the son of Hezekiah, and the days of Josiah, the son of Ammon, the king of Judah.
Right, and we know he lived during the time of Assyria, right? Because we know we can give y'all all the kings that lived through that time, but we're just giving you these short versions, right? Who was he the dad of? Who was he the father of, son of, and things of that nature. So he lived during the time in the days of Josiah, right? The son of Ammon, king of Judah, right? Hold on, because I just want to prove it. Let's go right back to Second Chronicles. Right back to Second Chronicles. We're gonna go to. Give me 1 second. I just seen it. 1 second. Second Chronicles, and I want. Let me see. I'm trying to find the exact name. Give me 1 second. Okay. So we want Second Chronicles 33 and 21.
This is the book of Second Chronicles, chapter 33 and verse 21.
Right.
Ammon was 22 years old when he began to reign, and reigned 2 years in Jerusalem.
Right. And that's the son of Manasseh. I'm sorry, read verse 20.
Yeah, so Manasseh slept with his fathers, and they buried him in his own house, and Ammon his son reigned in his stead.
Right. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And Ammon was 22 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 2 years in Jerusalem.
So you see that? So Second Chronicles 33 and 20 through 22, 21 rather, proves that Ammon, who was the king when Zephaniah was writing his record, was the son of Manasseh, who was taken into captivity by the Assyrians. So he was also a part of the Assyrian captivity. Right? Now let's go to Jonah. We can go to Jonah 1 and 1. We just giving y'all these biblical records. We can go to Jonah chapter 1 and verse 1 through 2. Now I like this one. We're gonna speed through it because we know we got a lot of time to get through these other prophets. But I kind of want to explain this Nineveh thing as well. But go ahead, Elder.
This is the book of Jonah, chapter 1 and verse 1. Now the word of the Lord came unto Jonah, the son of Amittai, saying, Arise, go to Nineveh.
Do what?
Go to Nineveh.
Which is the Nineveh is the capital city of ancient Assyria. Right? That was the capital city of the ancient Assyrian Empire. Let's keep going.
And cry against it, for their wickedness is come upon before me.
Why did God want Jonah to go to Assyria? You all should know by this point, if we was taken into captivity by the Assyrians, where do you think some of us are?
In Assyria.
In Assyria. Nineveh.
Just like we're in America.
That's right. But now, y'all, they don't believe us, Elder. So let's prove it. Let's go to Tobit chapter 1 and verse 1. Now we're going to get the biblical record in the Apocrypha of Tobit. And let's see what Tobit say about this thing right here.
It's the book of Tobit, chapter 1 and verse 1. Syrian captivity. I got it written in my Bible.
All praises.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 1 and verse 1. The book of the words of Tobit, son of Tobel, the son of Ananiel, the son of Adiel, the son of Gabriel, and the seed of Aziel of the tribe of Naphtali.
So Tobit was of the tribe of Naphtali. Let's see what happened.
Who in the time of Enmasar, I think it's Enmasar, right, king of Assyrians, was led captive out of Tishbe, which is at the right hand of that city, which is called properly Naphtali in Galilee above Asher.
Right. So he was taken into captivity by Anamesar, king of the Assyrians, right? And led into a certain city. Let's see what city he took. Tobit and the Naphtalians, a tribe of Israel, too. What was that
Verse,
city? Go
verse
ahead.
3. Verse 3. I, Tobit, have walked all the days of my life in the way of the truth and justice. And I did many alms deeds to my brethren
Mm.
and my nation who came with me came with me to Nineveh.
Wait, what did he take them to?
To Nineveh.
Where did Jonah have to go?
To
To
Nineveh.
to Nineveh. To do what? Preach to the Israelites in
Mm-hmm.
Nineveh, not anybody else.
Into the land of the Assyrians.
And that's how we know Tobit was in the Assyrian captivity. And that's how we know Jonah was in the Assyrian captivity.
Con,
But
con.
Jonah in the book of the Bible comes after Daniel, who was in the Babylonian. You see what we doing? We putting the Bible in order through biblical records.
Mm-hmm.
And we proving points along the way. Jonah went to Nineveh to who? Speak to the Israelites to get their butts in order. They still don't believe us though, Elder. They still don't believe us. So let's get them another precept.
Uh-huh.
Let's get them the book of Tobit. And I believe, is it verse 14? Verse 14. And we're going to read verse 8.
Book of Tobit, what chapter?
14 and verse 8.
Okay.
Because
This is
they
the book
don't
of,
believe us. Let's see this.
oh shoot. Oh man, my book messed up. Okay, let me see. This is the book of Tobit, chapter 14, verse 8. And now, my son, to point out of Nineveh and those things which the
Can you read it one more time from the top?
let me hold on. Let me my
You might have to look it up or something.
no, my book's right messed up right here. You might have to read it.
Okay. Right.
Just
So
I'm sorry.
we're going to prove to y'all that Jonah went to speak to the Israelites in Nineveh. Tobit chapter 14 and verse 8. And now, my son, depart out of Nineveh, because those things which the prophet Jonah
Jonah, yeah.
spake shall surely come to pass. They knew each other. When Jonah was doing his mission in Nineveh, Tobit was listening, right? He heard Jonah preaching. Jonah and Tobit likely ran into each other. Some of these prophets know each other, y'all. And some of them was just doing their own thing, writing their records, but they knew of each other as well. But Tobit heard the preaching of Jonah in Nineveh. That's how we know he went for his brothers.
My apologies, Salaki. My book had messed up one time, my apocrypha, and I glued it back together. And when I glued it together, a couple of the writings got written off. I guess that was one of them. So my apologies.
No, that's right.
I'll show it to you.
All praises. We're gonna get the last prophet that we have the biblical record of the Assyrian captivity, and that's Nahum.
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 1 and verse 1. The burden of Nineveh, the book of the vision of Nahum, the Elkoshite.
Right. So what did he say? The burden of Nineveh. So he was during that time, right? During what? The Assyrian captivity.
Right, Con.
So we done with this, y'all. We hope y'all wrote this down. We hope y'all got all the prophets of the Assyrian captivity during 722 to 720 BC. That's when the Assyrians had us into captivity. And we gave y'all all the books and the biblical records during that time. Now we have you can go ahead and go back to Babylonian. Now bear with us. This is a little bit more prophets, but now we have the Babylonian captivity from 606 to 536 BC. Right? We know Jeremiah wrote during this time. But let's get the scripture to prove it. Jeremiah chapter 51.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, starting at verse 1. Thus said the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me and destroying wind.
Because when Jeremiah was writing his records, the Babylonians came to do what? Trample down Judah, Jerusalem. Right? So we can conclude that Jeremiah was during the Babylonian captivity. And we know he wrote Lamentations, and we know he wrote the letter of Jeremiah. So all three of those books of the Bible can be attributed to the Babylonian captivity. You got anything you want to add to that, Elder?
No, you're doing a fine job. I don't want to even interrupt you.
Let's go to Dan.
I just think that, to your credit, this really has to be part of the curriculum.
It should. That's right.
It has to be a part of the curriculum. You know, and as we grow and learn, we fine tune it even more. But I mean, all the precepts in order. But really, when we teaching Israelites, I'm of the opinion, being a somewhat kind of educated, and understanding what you're doing.
Right.
I mean, not kind of, but educate that this should be part of like the curriculum. We should understand the biblical records written during the captivity.
That's right.
This will give you more understanding who our ancestors are. Will give you more understanding of the prophets. It'll give you a more understanding of what time period they were in.
That's right.
What they were suffering, why they were writing the way they were writing, why they were teaching the way they were teaching, why they were crying out the way they were crying out. Right.
That's right.
Why they were operating in the manner they were operating in, because we operate in the manner of the captivity that we're in.
That's right.
They were operating and teaching in the way of their captivity. This has to be part of the curriculum. If you're teaching someone new in the truth, this would be something that you should be tasking them and giving them to study, almost like Deuteronomy 28, where they would be able to somewhat break down and have an understanding what records were developed during what captivity.
That's right.
That should be a test question.
That's right.
Who were the prophets during the Babylonian captivity? Jeremiah, Daniel, Ezekiel, Joel, Daniel, Susanna, Baruch, Habakkuk. Oh, okay. All right. There's something to that effect to give you a better understanding. Because this is what it's going to take to bring our people back to their heritage. And at the end of the day, we're trying to make sure our people come back to their heritage. And showing you that this book, and I'm going to yield, like I think you said it earlier, that the Bible, the biblical records, is about the Israelites.
That's right.
If you break it down in the captivities, there's no argument. They can say, well, that's the Old Testament. Jesus came. Fine. But how shall I say, I didn't come to do away with the prophets.
That's right.
When you break it down by captivity, you get a better, when you start reading it, you're going to automatically know, man, that was Daniel. He was in the Babylonian captivity. This is why he was dealing with the Babylonian king and Obadiah and everybody else. This is the time period that they was dealing with. It gives you more understanding about the historical context of our people in these our messengers, and teachers, and prophets during these captivities. It's edifying. It's educational.
That's right.
So that's what we're doing here. With people that don't know, I didn't know them all. I knew some of them.
All praise.
Because you remember I told you when we was going through this, I had it noted in my Bible. Hey, they was in these captivities. But we have to be more, more assertive in our teaching and making sure that we go through these types of things to get people to understanding. But I yield.
All praises. So we got Jeremiah. Let's go. So we know Jeremiah, Lamentations, and the letter of Jeremiah all fall under the Babylonian captivity. Now let's go to Daniel chapter 1. Let's see what that falls under.
Daniel chapter 1. Almost there.
Nah, that's right. Take your time.
Daniel chapter 1 and verse 1. And here, like I said, and I don't mean to interrupt, but in my Bible at the top, I have Daniel, I have Babylonian captivity at the top.
That's right. All
Because it
praise.
lets me know what captivity he was in.
That's
So
right.
I have a better understanding of what he's going through, right?
That's right.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 1 and verse 1. In the third year of the reign of Joachim, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem and besieged it.
Right. And we know Nebuchadnezzar was the he was the king of the Neo Babylonian Empire. And like I said, we just giving y'all the basics. Y'all can add whatever y'all want on top of this foundation.
Right.
Right. You can go into some history about Nebuchadnezzar. You know what I'm saying? But we just giving y'all the basics of the captivity and who was the king during those certain times. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 9.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 12, verse 9. The Son of Man had not the house of Israel, the rebellious house, said unto thee, what doest thou? Say thou unto them, thus said the Lord God Yahweh, this burden concerneth the prince in Jerusalem and all the house of Israel that are among them. Say, I am your sign, like as I have done, so shall it be done unto them.
That's
They
right.
shall remove and go into captivity.
I'm going to remove your people and put them into captivity. Go ahead.
And the prince that is among them shall bear upon his shoulder in the twilight, and shall go forth, that they shall dig through the wall to carry out thereby. He shall cover his face, and that he see not the ground with his eyes.
That's right.
My net also will I spread upon him, and he shall be taken in my snare, and I will bring him to Babylon, to the land of the Chaldeans, yet shall he not see it, though he shall die there.
Right. So do y'all see that? He took us during the time of Ezekiel to the land of Babylon.
And
Right?
I'm glad you got Joel there, because who God sent to destroy Joel's crops and land?
That's right. The devour. We're gonna get into that. That's why
He
I
sent
put
the
him there.
Chaldeans.
That's right.
That's how you know that Joel was. Well, I'm gonna leave it alone. Go ahead.
Yeah, nah, you all right.
I'll just
That's
read.
how
That's
you know
all. I'm
me and you
sorry.
on the same page on this thing.
All
Right? That's
praise.
how you
All
know we're on
praise.
the same page. That's right. So we know Ezekiel was during the Babylonian time. Let's get Obadiah.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna start at verse 10. We just
Obadiah.
figured out who all these prophets was, man. 10.
Obadiah. The book
That's
of
right.
Obadiah.
That's right.
It's only got one book. We're gonna read starting at verse 10. This
Uh-huh.
is the book of
Mind
Obadiah.
you, hold on, I gotta say this, Elder. This is the one book that's contributing solely to talk about the destruction of a certain nation, right? But
Did
God
they ever
loves
read that in
everybody.
your church? Did they ever read Obadiah in your church when you was in?
Look at my
Oh,
face, Elder.
I can't see it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No,
Nah,
I
they
can't
didn't.
see it.
Nah,
They
they
did.
didn't. They ain't.
They never brought it up when I was going to church either.
Nah, man.
I never, man, I don't even think I knew it was a book of Obadiah.
That's right.
I
Nah,
mean,
they
well,
ain't gonna bring that out.
yeah. That's strange. Why would they, anyway,
Mm-hmm.
they won't bring out, they just don't, they pick and choose the scriptures that they want to bring out.
That's
Because
right.
then I guess if you teach Obadiah, you got to say, well, who's Edom?
That's right. Yeah. This is the things that sparks your mind. Dang, wait a minute. He said none shall remain. Who is that today?
No, oh, they been gone. But then,
Ah,
okay, if they've been gone, why did King Solomon say there's no end to all the people?
there's no end.
I mean, but
It's just questions we gotta ask. I don't
we
know, man.
ask
I
questions.
would ask.
I
Yeah,
inquire. You know,
that's right. Go ahead, Elder.
this is the book of Obadiah, starting at verse 10. For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and
Uh-huh.
thou shalt be cut off forever.
Right.
In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and his foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them.
Right. So the strangers and the foreigners that entered into Jerusalem was, of course, the Babylonians. That's
Mhm.
when the temple got destroyed. That's how, this is what Obadiah is talking about. Go ahead.
But verse 12, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger,
Mm.
neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, neither should thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress.
Right. We can stop right there. So this is, of course, talking about when the Babylonians entered into Jerusalem and cast it down and destroyed it. Right? This is how we know Obadiah was during that captivity. He's writing about it. All right, now we in the captivity, but Most High gonna get y'all. He gonna get you Edomites for what they did. Right? Let me get this one scripture. I just want to prove what the Edomites did. Let's go to first Esdras, right? And we're gonna go to, is it chapter 3 I'm looking for? Give me some time. First Esdras, is it 3? No, second Esdras. We want second Esdras. 3 and let me see. Bear with me. No, it ain't second Esdras. What am I looking for? First
What
Esdras, chapter 4. I'm sorry, go ahead, Elder.
are you looking for?
um to talk about who actually destroyed the temple. First Ezra chapter 4 and verse 43. And you can take your time getting there because I can explain kind of why Obadiah is saying what he's saying. Y'all shouldn't have did that when the day of calamity came. What did they do when the Babylonians came and sacked Jerusalem? What did the Edomites do? Go ahead, Elder.
You said chapter second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 43
First Ezra chapter 4.
first okay, copy.
Uh-huh.
First Ezra chapter 4 and verse, yeah. Uh, this is the book of First Ezra chapter 4 and verse 43. Then said he unto the king, remember thy vow which you has vowed to build Jerusalem in the
Uh-huh.
day when thou camest to the king thy kingdom, and to send away all the vessels that were taken away out of Jerusalem, which Cyrus set apart, when he vowed to destroy Babylon and send them again thither.
Right. This is the important part right here.
Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple,
To do
which the
what?
Edomites, thou also hast vowed to build up the temple which the
So he's gonna
Edomites
build up the temple, right? Go ahead.
burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldeans.
So when the Babylonians came to destroy Jerusalem, the Edomites came right after them to do what? Burn the temple. The temple of God was burnt twice by the same people. Everywhere we host church, the Edomites is burning it up. And didn't that happen in today's land? Burnt crosses in front of the church house. Burnt our didn't they throw a bomb in the church and blew up them 4 girls
Yeah, in Birmingham, Alabama.
in Birmingham, Alabama?
I think I was a year old, maybe.
Right. Yeah, because you from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So that's everywhere we have our place of worship, they trying to destroy. Why don't they want us to know about this Bible? Right? So this is what Obadiah is saying. Y'all got to get a belt whooping for that.
Edomites burned down thou has I gotta highlight it too.
Uh-huh.
Thou also has vowed to build up the temple which the Edomites burned.
Uh-huh.
When Judea was made desolate by the Chaldeans, the Edomites burned down.
The Edomites burnt it down.
So-called white man, woman, and child.
That's right. So that's what Obadiah is talking about. That's how we captive or put him under the Babylonian captivity. That's why he said when Jerusalem was made desolate, y'all came in there and y'all burnt down the temple. Then y'all came back again. You're going to get it to that, elder. When we get to the Roman captivity in 70 AD, y'all came again and burnt it a second time.
Mm-hmm.
But if we can yield on that, let's go to Joel chapter 1.
This is the book of Joel. I'm sorry,
sorry.
Salaki.
Oh, no, I was just going to say we got Jeremiah, we got Daniel, we got Ezekiel, Obadiah. Now we'll get Joel.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 1 and verse 6. For a nation is come up upon my land, strong and without number, whose teeth are the teeth of a lion, and had the cheek teeth of a great lion.
So Joel is writing about these people that is coming into his land, strong without number, and they have the teeth of a great lion. Who is this great lion that he's talking about? Let's give him a precept real quick, elder. We're going to go to Daniel chapter 7 and 14. Like you said, this devourer, right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Daniel chapter 7 and verse 14. And there was given him dominion and glory and the kingdom of all people, nations, language should serve him. His dominion is everlasting dominion.
Daniel chapter 7. I'm so sorry, elder.
Oh, shit.
Daniel chapter 7.
I need to start 1.
Verse 1.
My bad. I'm sorry. I was looking at the numbers at 4. My bad.
No, that's right.
This is the book of Daniel chapter 7 and verse 1 through 4. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed when he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters.
Right.
Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the 4 winds of heaven strove upon the great sea, and the 4 great beasts came up from the sea, diverse from another. The first was like a lion.
The what?
The first was like a lion.
The first beast was like a lion. Didn't Joel say that this beast, right, came as a lion, had the teeth of a lion, right? So the first beast in Daniel's vision is the beast that Joel and his land is being destroyed by. We're going to give him one more precept. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 6.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4 and verse 6.
That's right.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 4 and verse 6. Set up the standard towards Zion. Retires. Stay no. For I am willing to bring evil from the north and the great destruction. The lion is come up from the thicket.
We keep hearing about this lion, right? Go ahead.
And the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He is gone forth from his place to make the land desolate, and thy city shall be laid waste without an inhabitant.
Right. So this destroyer, this lion, has came from the north. One more precept. Now we're going to finally give y'all the complete name of this destroyer. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 24. We almost done with the Babylonian captivity, y'all.
2 Kings chapter 24 and verse 1. This is the book of 2 Kings chapter 24 and verse 1. In the days of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up, Jehoiakim became his servant 3 years, when he turned and rebelled against him. And the Lord sent against him bands of the Chaldees, and bands of the Syrians, and bands of the Moabites, and bands of the children of Ammon, and sent them against Judah to destroy it, according to the word of the Lord, which he has spake by his servants the prophets.
Right. So that's the destroyer, the Chaldeans, right? But not only them, because remember, he had an army without number. So he had all other nations fighting with him, right? The Syrians, the Moabites, the children of Ammon, and he sent them all to destroy Judah. This is that lion, the lion that was being prophesied about in Jeremiah, in Daniel. We know those two were a part of the Babylonian captivity. So if Joel is writing about this lion that came upon his land, just like Daniel and Jeremiah, and they all lived through this Babylonian captivity, then undoubtedly that destroyer, that lion that Joel is talking about, is also Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and the bands of the Chaldeans, ruling over these other nations to destroy Judah.
You know what I find interesting about that?
Uh-huh.
If you go to Psalms 83,
That's
it,
right.
it's like these protagonists, right,
That's
in the
right.
Bible, continuous to come after one nation of people.
Right. Antagonists. That's
And
right.
I mean, it's not protect antagonist. Absolutely.
That's
Thank
right.
you. Antagonists keep coming for one group of people,
That's right.
and that is the children of Israel.
That's right.
Even until this very day, even in the modern times, these people, they got newer names: the Chaldees, the Syrians, the Moabites, Ammon, the Edomites. All these people, all these different nations, continue to come for the children of Israel to this very day.
That's right.
To this very day. And nobody, and these people believe that these other nations are going to be equal or share equal into the kingdom with us, that they're not going to be punished for their sins and their and the people, they never understand. Well, the Most High set it up for them to come after you. Yeah, that's fine, and the Most High going to destroy them too.
That's right.
Well, that ain't fair. Well, it don't matter if it's fair.
That's right.
You know, they some of them went too far, just like the transatlantic slave trade, just like the Egyptians.
That's
You
right.
know, they could have had mercy on the children of Israel,
That's
but
right.
they refused to. So they're going into captivity. They're
Got
going into servitude, and many of them are going to be destroyed. And I don't know why that these people don't believe it. They got to go read the Bible.
That's
There's
right.
judgment coming.
That's right.
People are going to be judged.
That's right.
You know, especially when you get deep like we getting into it right now.
That's
Just
right.
by you reading this stuff, just by me reading it, I'm paralleling it to looking at it into modern times, man.
That's right.
And this is how you get to understand. This is how you know that prophecy is real, and you know that their time is up. They running out of time, man.
That's right.
Judgment's got to come.
We
But I
got it.
yield. I yield.
We can go ahead and go to prayer of Azariah. And like we said, after this last captivity, when he get turned into the hands of elder, but he go over the Greek, the Roman, and the American, right? He gonna show you, like he said, the time is constantly coming to an end. That's why it's good to remember these days of the old, so we could understand where we are in these captivities, right? And what we used to be in. And like you said, now I understand why they're writing what they're writing, why they're saying what they're saying, and who lived during what time period. Go ahead.
What chapter that's it? That prayers arrive at God.
Prayer of Azariah, chapter 1 and verse 1.
I don't have it.
Yeah.
That's in the Apocrypha?
Yes, sir. Prayer of Azariah.
See it in my book. Let me sure I'm trying to find it. I see the prayer of Messiah, Manasseh. Where is it at? I done read it before.
You want me to just go ahead and read it?
What page is it on?
I'm on my phone on this one.
Oh.
I think it comes after the letter of Jeremiah.
Okay. 102. I know sometimes give me a second. No, it's is it in the red Apocrypha?
Yes, sir.
It's
Yes,
not.
sir. Okay.
I got another Apocrypha though. It's not in the red one, but I got it in another book.
Okay.
No, I read it before. I got it in another book though, but it's not in that one. Let me no, it's not in that one. Let me go to my other Apocrypha. Hold on, I got it. It's in my other Apocrypha. Sometimes these Apocrypha books, like the red one, it doesn't have it in there. but I
Okay.
got this other apocrypha. I got it right here. Hold on. Don't
All
think. Oh, here
praise.
it is right here. The prayer of Azariah. The prayer of Azariah in the furnace. They walked around in the midst of the flames, singing hymns to God and blessing the Lord. Then
Right. So
Azariah. Mm-hmm.
that's all right. With reading on more on that because now I got to give background context. Right. Azariah was one of the three Hebrew boys that was thrown in the midst of the fiery furnace.
Mm-hmm.
Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego.
Right.
Azariah was one of them. Right. Matter of fact, let's just go there real quick just to let them know the names. We can go to Daniel chapter 3 and verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel chapter 3 and verse 16. We almost done, y'all. Let's see. Yep. So once again, this Ananiah, or I'm sorry, Azariah rather, was one of the three Hebrew boys that was thrown into the fiery furnace.
Right.
Remember, they change whenever we get into captivity, they give us new names. Like now,
Yeah.
we got
Yeah.
new names, right?
Yeah.
They gave them.
Shadrach was Hananiah.
Uh-huh.
Meshach was Mishael. Because I got it in my other apocrypha, but it's
Right.
there. Let me go to Daniel real quick.
All praise.
One.
And I believe they also give the names, maybe the chapter before. Let's see.
It's in Daniel 1 and 6 through 7.
Okay, you want to read that real quick?
I think it is. And
Yes, sir.
yeah,
That's
one
right.
Daniel 1, 6 through 7.
Okay.
1 second. I apologize.
No,
I'm
that's
there. You got me. There you got me studying. I'm over here studying.
yeah. That's why we doing this, man. Get all this.
Okay, we got it. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 1, verse 6 through 7. And now among these were the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, unto whom the prince of the Enochs gave names, for he gave unto Daniel the name of Belshazzar, and to Hananiah of Shadrach, and the Mishael of Meshach, and Azariah of Abednego.
Right. So Azariah, who did this prayer, he was Abednego
Yeah, they
in the
changed his
Bible.
name.
That's right. They changed
Mm-hmm.
his name. So
Mm-hmm.
we know that they prayer of Azariah was during the Babylonian captivity.
Come, come.
Right? We're gonna try to speed through this last part because we almost getting upon 2 hours. So let's do Susanna, one of
Come.
our sisters. Susanna, we're gonna go to one. She only got one chapter, but we're gonna go to verse 42.
Come.
No, I'm sorry, not 1 and 42. Yeah, 1 and 42. And then we're gonna read through 45. So how do we know that
Susanna.
Susanna was
You
in the
want to start at
Babylonian captivity?
40? You want to start at 42?
Yes, sir.
Then
Before we
Susanna cried,
start, we just proven how we know she was in the Babylonian captivity. Go ahead.
come. Then Susanna cried out with a loud voice and said, O everlasting God that knowest the secrets and knowest all things before they be. Thou knowest that they have borne false witness against me, and behold, I must die, whereas I never did such things as these men have maliciously invented against me.
So we're gonna stop right here. I just want to give them a background story. Susanna was a very beautiful sister, and elder men was lusting on her. So they
Mm.
lied and said she tried to lay with them. So now she's on trial crying to the Most High. Let's see what the Most High did when
If
he
you start at one, if I may, if
uh-huh.
you start at one, you Susanna, it tell you she was in Babylon. It says in verse 1, there dwelt a man in Babylon called Joacim.
That's right.
And he took a wife, those who was Susanna, the daughter of Ches, in verse 1 of the book of Susanna. So
That's
yes,
right.
come.
That's right. You got did you read 44?
Verse 40, Daniel chapter 3.
No, Susanna 1 and
Oh, I'm
44.
sorry, you want me to read 44, my bad.
Yes, sir. I just want them to know who was there
Come.
present at that time.
Gotcha.
But yes, Susanna 1:1 proves completely that she was in Babylon, the
Right.
Babylonian captivity.
1 second. Verse 44 in the book of Susanna. This is the book of verse 44 in the book of Susanna and Apocrypha. And the Lord heard her voice. Therefore, when she was led to be put to death, the Lord raised up the Holy Spirit of the young youth, whose name was Daniel.
Right. Daniel was the one that spoke on her behalf.
Right.
Right.
Come.
During this trial. This is where Daniel got his start at. And we know Daniel was also in the Babylonian captivity. That's
Come.
all I
Come.
wanted to prove. Daniel was the one that stood up on her behalf. This is
Right.
how he started his ministry.
Come. That's right.
All praises. We can go to Baruch.
Okay. Baruch 1 and 1.
Uh-huh.
The book of Baruch, chapter 1 and verse 1. Baruch 1 and verse 1. This book of Baruch, chapter 1 and verse 1. And these are the words of the book which Baruch, the son of Neriah, the son of Messias, the son of Sedecius, and the son of Asdias, the son of Chasias, wrote in Babylon.
Right. So that 100% proves that Baruch was during the Babylonian captivity.
And also in my apocrypha, when I used to study this, I wrote right above Baruch, I got Babylonian captivity.
All praises. So it's all
Mhm.
just coming back full circle.
So in my study, we had done had done this right
Right.
before, but they never broke it down like you broke it down. They
Right.
never went. We never went to each captivity by each prophet or each messenger. We just say, oh yeah, this and about, but we never pull the precepts to validate that. We never what you're doing right now, going through precept upon precept, line upon line. We never did that. We just always in there, but
Right.
we never really got into really got into it like we're doing right now.
All praise to the Most High. And this is the last prophet of, not the last prophet of it, but the last, of course, record that we have listed of the Babylonian captivity, which is Habakkuk.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1 and verse 1. And we're gonna read, you want me to read 1 and 6?
Yes, sir.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1 and verse 1. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see.
Right. And what's the burden? We can go down to verse 6.
For lo, I raise up thee, the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs.
Right. The Chaldeans, they went under who? Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon,
Mhm.
conquering cities and places that was not theirs. And that is the Babylonian captivity. Now, we don't have as many prophets during the Persian captivity, but these prophets was also making noise as well. Right? So let's go to Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 1. And then
Come.
after this, of course, I'm returning it to the hands of Elder, who's going to do the Greek and the Roman captivity. So we can go to Zechariah chapter 1, and we will go to verse 1.
Come. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 1 and verse 1. In the 8th month, in the 2nd year of Darius, came the word of the Lord unto Zechariah, the son of Bechiah, the son of Iddo, the prophet, saying,
Right. And Darius is, of course, king of Persia.
mm-hmm.
Right. And we're
I
going to
think
prove
that's
it.
him, right. Mm-hmm.
Right. And we're going to prove that thing. Let's go to Haggai chapter 1 and verse 1. So Darius was the king during the time of Zechariah. Now let's go to Haggai 1 and 1.
Oh, 1 second.
No, that's right. Take your time. Ooh.
This book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 1. In the 2nd year of Darius the king, in the 6th month, in the 1st day of the month, came the word of the Lord by Haggai, the prophet, unto Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to Joshua the son of Josedek, the high priest, saying,
Right. You know what's interesting? I'm sorry, I was just reading this. So this was the second year of Darius the king. In the 6th month did the Lord put the spirit on Haggai. But if we go to Zechariah 1:1, it was the second year, but in the 8th month, the Lord put the spirit on Zechariah. So they was 2 months apart. That's just a little, as you could say, Easter egg or fun fact, right? Haggai started his ministry 2 months before Zechariah. If you put that parallel, both started in the second year of Darius. Haggai started in the 6th month. Zechariah started in the 8th month.
mm-hmm.
Right? But let's go to Ezra.
This is the book of Ezra, chapter 1, verse 1. Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom and put it also in writing, saying.
Right. Is that it? That's all I want? Okay. All praises. So
Yeah, 1-1. That's it. That's it.
As we can see, Cyrus was the king of Persia, and Darius was a descendant of Cyrus.
We can read this. We can read the verse 2 if you want me to.
Yes,
Verse
sir.
2 says, "Thus said Cyrus, king of Persia, the Lord God of heaven had given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he had charged me to build him a house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah."
Right. So you see that? This is when the temple got rebuilt, right?
Mm-hmm.
During the Persian captivity. Let's and y'all add under Ezra, 1st and 2nd Ezra. He wrote those as well, because of course Ezra and Esdras is the same person.
In the book of the Apocrypha.
That's right.
You want me to read 2 and 1 real quick?
Yes, sir. We can go ahead and do that.
This is the book of First Ezra, chapter 2 and verse 1. In the first year of Cyrus, the king of the Persians,
That's
that
right.
the word of the Lord might be accomplished, that he had promised by mouth of Jeremy.
Right, Jeremiah, which
Right.
was during the Babylonian captivity.
The
So
Lord,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
the Lord raised up the spirit of Cyrus, the king of Persians, and he had made proclamation through all his kingdom and also by his writing.
Right.
Saying, thus said Cyrus the king, the Persians, the Lord of Israel, the Most High Lord, had made me king of the whole world.
So you see that? So this is all connecting. So they knew each other, right? Jeremiah may have came before Ezra, but he remembered the words that Jeremiah spoke, and Ezra is saying this is the time which that word is being fulfilled, right? So now we can go to Nehemiah, chapter 2 and 1.
Book of Nehemiah, chapter 2 and verse 1. And it came to pass in the month of Nisan, which is the month of Abib, in the 20th year of Artaxerxes the king, that wine was before him, and I took up the wine and gave it unto the king. Now I had not been before time sad in his presence.
Right. That's and that king name is Artaxerxes.
Artaxerxes.
Right.
Okay,
And we know about Xerxes of 300, right? That's a Persian ruler, right? A Persian ruler. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Darius is his father, right? Fact check me on that, saints. Like I said, this is for y'all to build upon this study. But I believe Darius is his father. But go ahead and go back and fact check me on that. Right. Now we can go to Esther, chapter 1 and verse 1.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 1 and verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days. They pronounced it different here. Xerxes, this is the Xerxes which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia, over 127 provinces. That in those days, when King Xerxes sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan, the palace, In the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all princes of his service, the power of Persia and Media, the nobles and the princes of the provinces being before him.
Right. So he was the king of Persian Mede Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We got two more for y'all. Two more for y'all. Let's go to Baal and the dragon.
And
Baal and the dragon. That's in the Apocrypha.
mm-hmm.
Let's see. We're gonna start at verse 1.
This is the book of Baal and the dragon. And the king Xerxes, Astyages, I'm sorry, was gathered of his to his fathers, and Cyrus of Persia received his kingdom.
Uh-huh.
And Daniel conversed with the king and was honored above all his friends.
Now, this is how we know Daniel lived also through the Persian captivity.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because he's writing about Cyrus of Persia. Now, I believe Astyages is his grandfather, right? Astyages was the king of Media, and I believe Cyrus' father was the king of Persia. You can fact check me on that, but I think for a fact Astyages was Cyrus' grandfather. Right? Give me 1 second. I just want to look that up. It's interesting. I want to.
Yeah, because we what we're doing here is we're just going through the biblical records. This is not a lesson on all the kings,
Right.
right, that ruled over Israel. That is a separate lesson.
That's right. And I have it right here, y'all. Astyages was the last king of the Median kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Reigned from 585 BC to 550 BC. The son of Cyaxares. He was dethroned by Persian king Cyrus, whom they call the Great. So yes, I believe that is also, I believe that's his grandfather, but I do more research, family. I'll do more research. Let's get the last one.
I mean, maybe we could just do a lesson on all the foreign kings that rule over Israel.
That's right.
And we can do a genealogy on that.
That's right.
That'd be a good short Wednesday lesson. That's something we can do in the future. We can go through each of the captivities. We can look at all the kings, and then we can put it together through their genealogy of the kings that rule over the children of Israel during the before Christ, during the Common Era as well. So it's just something that we can do, you know.
That's right. It's a beautiful idea.
But that wasn't the mission today. The mission is to go through the prophets during the 7 captivities.
All praises, man.
But like you said, we just keep building on these different things and educating our people, because that's what we're trying to do. You want me to go to Malachi 1:8?
Yes, sir.
Come on. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 8. I'm almost there. It's the last book in the Old Testament. Malachi chapter 1 and verse 8. And if you offer the blind for sacrifice, is it not evil? And if you offer the lame and sick, is it not evil? Offer it now unto thy governor. Will he be pleased with thee, or accept thy person, said the Lord of hosts?
So he's talking about what? Sacrifices in the temple. Mm-hmm. What temple? The second temple. Let's start at verse 1. We don't have to start at 1. Let's go. I'm sorry. Let's start at verse 6, and then we can read down.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 6. A son honor his father, and a servant his master. If then I will be father, were in my honor, and if I be a master, where is my fear? Said the Lord of hosts unto you, O priest that despise my name. And ye say, wherein have we despised thy name?
Right. How do we despise your name? Let's keep going.
Ye offer polluted bread upon my altar, and ye say, wherein have thou polluted thee? In that ye say, the table of the Lord is contemptible.
right.
If ye offer the blind for sacrifice, it is not evil. And if you offer the lame and sick, it is not evil. Offer it now unto thy governor. Will he be pleased with thee or accept thy person, said the Lord of hosts?
Right. So you see that he's talking about the temple, right?
Yeah, yeah, they were bringing like improper sacrifices to the temple, I
Right.
believe. The
Yeah.
understanding of this, right?
That's right. Yes, sir. And this is like he said, this is when the temple was rebuilt.
Hmm.
Right. So he's telling them don't do this again.
Right. Yeah, unacceptable sacrifices.
Right. That's
Right,
right.
because we know some of these sacrifices, they shouldn't have blemishes, they shouldn't be, blind, they shouldn't be sick. You don't offer when we're doing sacrifices, you
That's
wouldn't
right.
offer a sick lamb for a sacrifice.
Right.
It
That's
had to be a healthy lamb, with no blemish or whatever, or the bread, it couldn't have any leaven. Whatever you're offering, it has to be a pure offering.
right.
Israel, we was doing unacceptable sacrifices.
That's right.
Similar, we do unacceptable sacrifices today when we
Right.
celebrate 4th of July and be cooking. When we celebrate
That's right.
Thanksgiving, that's an unacceptable sacrifice
That's right.
because we know that the blood of the Native American Indians, our brother, was killed and mutilated by the other nations,
That's right.
and we offer sacrifices to the Lord for that through turkey and dressing and all that. That is an unacceptable
Unacceptable.
sacrifice to the Lord. So
That's
we've been doing unacceptable sacrifices, and
that's
we're
right.
still doing it today. To give a modern context to it,
That's right.
I yield.
All praises. So that's the Persian captivity. Now I turn it over into the hands of you, Elder.
Con. We're gonna get through this real quick. We ain't up 2 hours yet. We're getting close.
Right. That's right.
Um, let's get Maccabees 1:1. We're gonna
All
go
praises.
through it real quick.
All praises. This is the book of Maccabees, chapter 1, and verse 1.
This one is easy because we know we talk about the feast of dedication. We know that we're in the Maccabean captivity during the 333 BC to
That's right.
66 BC. Read that real quick.
And it happened after that, that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persian and
Yeah, it'll tell you who it is.
That's right.
In what you're talking about, as you read on precept upon precept, it'll tell you who they're talking about. Read on.
Right. That he reigned in his stead the first over Greece.
The Greek captivity. Read on.
And made many wars.
Mm-hmm.
And won many strongholds. And slew the kings of the earth.
Read on.
And went through to the ends of the earth. And
Mm-hmm.
took spoils of many nations.
Mm-hmm.
And so much that the earth was quiet before him.
Mm-hmm.
Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up.
He was exalted, his heart was lifted up.
That's
This
right.
is the conquest of the Greeks.
That's right.
You can read the prologue of Ecclesiastes. You can read the background of the Greek rule.
That's right.
Of these things right here. I mean, we're going to move on from it, though. This is a great period. Let's go to Maccabees chapter 2. Second Maccabees.
Second Maccabees. That's right.
This one is really pretty quick.
Right.
And as you can add something you want to. Let's
Can we
go.
to chapter 6, verse 6?
If you want to.
Okay.
First Maccabees or chapter 2? Second Maccabees.
Second Maccabees. Chapter 2 and verse 6.
Okay, go ahead.
This is the second Maccabees, chapter 6, and verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath day, or ancient feast or fast, or to profess himself at all to be called a Jew.
You're going to get that. Let me get the Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 41 real quick. First Maccabees. Let's get that. First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote in his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and every one should leave his law. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. And so what Brother Jalen is bringing out with that scripture is talking about how we were forced into Hellenization.
That's right.
We're going to read that pretty quick, where we went away from our laws.
That's
And
right.
this, we could get deeper. And this was, I think we could go into it. This is who Paul was going to,
That's
who
right.
Christ was going to.
That's
The
right.
people that had discontinued from their heritage was operating in the Greek captivity.
That's
This is
right.
why when you guys be out there pledging Greek,
Mm,
and you pledging all these different sororities, these Greek captivities, we know you suffer. You don't have a you. If you understood what the Greek put us through, you
right.
would never ever pledge any Greek into any
That's
Greek sorority. You
that's
wouldn't even do it. But because you have a lack of understanding and you discontinue from your heritage, and you suffer from a lack of knowledge, you pledge these Greek things, Alpha, Omega, Kappa, all these different Greek things, and you don't even realize that these Greeks conquered us and made us go away from our laws and our heritage and our commandments. Do you
that's
want to? You want? Yeah. You got anything you want to add on that?
no, sir. Like you said, that's who Paul was talking to when he said neither Greek nor Jew. Right? That's Timothy. Timothy,
Timothy, right?
the father
Mm-hmm.
was a Greek. Timothy was
Right.
mixed. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the land of Greece and I can't call myself a Jew no more, what do you think I would call myself? A Greek,
Right.
right? Timothy was not mixed. His father was a Hellenized Jew. He was Hellenized. He took away his law, statutes, commandments, and he basically got linked and yoked with the Greek culture, transforming himself into a Greek. That's what that means. Right. All praise to the Most High. You want me to read anything else, Elder?
Um. Yeah. Start back at 6 again, like you started. I
Oh,
wanted to go to 141 to show that to back that up with what you read in 6.
all
Read
praise.
it. Read that in 6 one more time.
This is the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient fasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
And this is but Brother Jalen brought this out. That's why I went to Maccabees 1 and 41. He brought this out to show you that this is how we discontinue. We was forced to discontinue from our heritage.
That's right.
Now you Christians say, well, it don't make no difference. But we
Right.
still going to fight back like the Maccabees fought back. We're
That's
going to
right.
continue to fight to keep our heritage.
That's
I
right.
don't know why you worry. Well, you got Christ now. But what's the problem with us fighting to keep our heritage? We just talked about what lesson did we just do about our heritage? Um,
Uh, let me see.
yeah, we talked about. I can't even remember. It's something about our heritage where we fought to keep our heritage, right?
Right.
The Bible is our
Oh, that's
heritage.
right.
Man. Go
That's
ahead.
right.
What you gonna say?
About the brothers that was slain for it, for the
Yeah,
slain for
yeah.
the commandments. We fought to keep the commandments.
We fought to keep the commandments and our heritage. Read on. Read 7.
In the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices.
See, this is where y'all got these birthdays from.
That's right.
You get these birthdays from these Greeks and these Romans, and you think it's all good. You think it's all fun and games.
Mm,
And you can't break yourself from doing it for whatever reason. You can't do it. I mean, it was easy for me. I told Brother Jeff, I stopped celebrating my birthday before I came in the truth.
that's
I
right.
don't know if the Lord was setting me up for that, but when I turned like 45, I haven't celebrated my birthday in over probably 15 years, maybe 12, 13 years. For
Right.
whatever reason, when I turned 45, some of my spirits just say, "Hey, man, stop celebrating your birthday, man." I mean, you live, you alive every day. Every day you wake up, you give praises to the Lord, and that's the main thing.
All
And
praise.
I didn't realize until I came into the truth that celebrating birthdays was idolatry. But
That's
they
right.
force you to celebrate this king. Read that one more time. This is during the Greek captivity. This is what you learn from the Greeks.
That's right.
Read that again.
And in the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices. And when the fast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in the procession to Bacchus. carrying ivy.
When the feast of Bacchus was kept, because that's what he called it, the Jews was compelled to go into possession of Bacchus and carrying ivy. Read on.
Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashion and be partakers of their sacrifices.
See, you observe the same fashions of the Greeks.
That's right.
You want to be in you want to be involved in these Greek sororities. You want to celebrate these different holidays that they do. Bacchus.
That's
You
right.
know, spiritually back us. You was forced to do it, and now you can't break yourself from it.
That's
Now
right.
I know I'm getting a little deeper, but what we're showing you is these are the habits that we learned during the Greek captivity. This is why Paul and Barnabas and Christ and the disciples had to come back to teach, you know, the southern and northern kingdom. So that's what Brother Jim was talking about with Timothy, to get out of the background of the Greek rule. What we're going through is the Greek rule right now.
That's
in verse 6, right?
That's right.
We don't know.
And whosoever or whoso would not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles.
Conform themselves to what?
The manners of the Gentiles.
Conform themselves to what?
The manners of the Gentiles.
There's two types of different Gentiles.
That's right.
You have the natural Gentiles that are natural Gentiles, and then you have people, the Israelites, that converted over to being a Gentile.
That's right.
You say you can't find in the Bible. We just read it right there for you in the Apocrypha.
That's right.
That there's two types of Gentiles. What did he say? Read it again so they'll get it.
And whosoever would not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles.
You accept the manners of the Gentile. Therefore, since some of you was weak, not the Maccabees, you accepted the Greek rule, the manners of the Gentile during the Greek captivity under Ptolemy and all and Antiochus. You said, well, how can it last that long? It can last that long. If you get adopted into this different type of heritage, you're going to conform to it. Read 9 again, please.
And so whosoever would not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles should be put to death.
You niggas still scared today. That's why you do it. You want to be just like them.
That's right.
You say, oh, the Bible is a religion, but we telling you this is history. Why we didn't learn this in school? That Alexander the Greek and Ptolemy and all them ruled over the children of Israel. And then they forced us to follow their rules and their regulations, they Greek rule. Why didn't they teach you that in school?
That's right.
That you celebrate birthdays because the Greeks celebrate birthdays.
That's right.
That you eat pork because the Greek made you eat pork.
That's right.
That you got converted to being a Greek. A lot of you Greeks now.
That's right.
A lot of you Hellenized now.
That's
and you
right.
think every time we go to Paul, oh, see you, there's no Greek, no Jew. They converted you to being a Greek. You can be converted. Don't you know you can be converted to be a Greek? If you grow up let me tell you something. If you grow up, I'm a black person and I'm born in China and they raised me as a black person in China. What you think I'm going to be doing?
Right.
I'm going to eat the same foods they eat. I'm going to dress the way they dress the way they dress. I'm going to talk the way they talk. I'm going to be in the same manner because I conform myself to that manner. Now, when you look at me, although I'm black, I operate in like a Chinese person.
That's right.
Because I conform to that. So the same way that you talk about there's neither Jew nor Greek and some of those, one of those things, that's a different topic. Those people that they went after in the New Testament were actual Israelites that were operate and conform to the Greek rule.
That's right. That's right.
That's how we know there's a difference between the Greeks, the Hellenized Greeks, and the natural Greek. That's how we know. The Bible tells you that, but you don't want to read the Apocrypha. You don't even want to know the history of where you come from.
That's right.
Of course, you're going to be ignorant. And then when we tell it to you, you lose your mind because you didn't read it, you didn't study it.
That's right.
And this is why Brother Jalen created this lesson today by Greek, this is the whole purpose of this lesson. It's deeper than you can even imagine.
That's right.
Because by him doing this, going by captivity, by captivity, by captivity, and reading the biblical records by captivity, you're going to get a better understanding. Yeah, it's kind of long, kind of drawn out. We went through a lot. But really, this is to provoke your thought to go back and educate yourself.
That's right.
To go back and do a deeper study, to get a better understanding. So,
That's
Alexander, that's all I got. You got anything? I yell on that, Doc.
No, sir. All praise to the Most High.
Is there anything else you want to add on that? Because it really was, your lesson.
Like you said, this is first and second Maccabees was Alexander. He did his thing, and then they put us into that Hellenized captivity. And then I can read Ecclesiasticus real quick. Just to
get that real quick.
Right, just to prove to them that Ecclesiasticus was during this Greek time. And then here's the point. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 and verse 1. This is the prologue.
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to read that, then. My bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The prologue of the wisdom of Jesus, the son of Sirach. Whereas many and great things have been delivered unto us by the law and the prophets, and by others that have followed their steps, for the which things Israel ought to be commended for learning and wisdom, and whereof not only the readers must need become skillful themselves, but also they that desire to learn be able to profit them which are without.
See, this is what we talking about.
That's right.
This is what we trying to do.
That's right.
So this is this is our mission. Read on, Ak.
Both by speaking and writing. My grandfather Jesus, when he had much given himself to the reading of the law and the prophets and other books of our fathers, and had gotten then good judgment, was drawn on also himself to write something pertaining to learning and wisdom, to the intent that those that are desirous to learn and are addicted to these things might profit much more in living according to the law.
We are addicted to this.
That's right.
We addicted to this, bro.
That's right.
That's all we talk about is the Bible, bro.
That's right.
And I'm telling you, when me and other brothers I be dealing with, me and brothers that be talking, we might talk about a little stuff, but then what we go to, brother, we end up in the Bible.
Right. That's right.
We're addicted to it.
That's right.
It's like a drug to us.
Right.
And we ain't talking about Christianity neither.
That's right.
We're talking about understanding the law and understanding what our ancestors wrote. We are addicted to this. Read on.
Wherefore, let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us, wherein we may seem to come short of some words.
We may seem come short of some words.
That's right.
We may.
That's right.
You can judge us. We may seem short of some words. We may.
That's right.
But our heart is pure.
That's right.
We're serious about this, man.
Right.
We're serious about this. Think this is a game. You better get ready.
Right.
You better be ready, bro.
That's right.
Yahushua coming back here.
That's right.
See y'all be doing all in the base. Carrying on. You think this is a game, man.
Right.
Talking about our brothers and this and that. We don't give a damn about that, bro.
That's right.
Ain't none of that gonna get us into the kingdom.
That's right.
You understand?
Right.
We don't give a damn about your views we don't care nothing about that. We may come up short sometime.
That's right.
But our heart is pure.
That's right.
We don't wild, man. Tired of these niggas. Read,
All
man.
praise. Which we have labored to interpret. For the same things uttered in Hebrew.
We labor to interpret. We labor, Brother Jalen labored to interpret this thing.
Right.
He labored in interpreting this for you. He labored for you. This is his work. He labored, Brother Jalen labored for you to bring you this. We labor in this work. We labor when we go out on the street. We labor when we study this Bible. We labor for this.
That's right.
This is labor. We don't.
For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another language or tongue, and have not the same force in them. And not only these things, but the law itself, and the prophets, and the rest of the books have no small difference when they are spoken in their own language.
We have no difference.
That's right.
When it's spoken in its own language.
That's right.
Whether it be spoken in Spanish, whether it be spoken in Greek, whether it be spoken in English, whether it be spoken in Hebrew, it has no difference.
That's right.
It has the same power.
That's right.
What are you talking about?
That's right.
We don't.
For in the 8th and 30th year, coming into Egypt, when Euergetes was king.
And who was Euergetes?
Right. Let me look him up to give them the full context. Euergetes. So this is Euergetes. He was. This is Ptolemy the third. Euergetes.
Yeah, Ptolemy the third, right?
Was the third pharaoh of the Ptolemaic dynasty in Egypt from 246 to 222 BC. This is during, the Greek rule.
The what was it?
The Greek rule. He is a descendant of Ptolemy, who was ruling over Egypt when they kicked out Pharaoh and them.
Okay.
So this is how we know this was during the Greek captivity.
Okay, that's it. Do you want a year right there?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. All praises.
Okay. So, we're not. When Brother Jalen labored in this lesson, we're not. This is serious business.
That's right.
Okay. It bring, sometimes it brings tears in my eyes, knowing the word of the Lord.
No, praise.
It's the word that gives power.
That's right.
It's the Holy Spirit. You receive power after the Holy Ghost.
That's right.
You receive power after you keeping the commandments. That's right. Where you get your power from.
That's right.
I yell on that. Give me Hellenization real quick, and we're going to move on.
Hellenization. This period saw the spread of Greek culture known as Hellenism, which include art, philosophy, athletic pursuits. Greek culture was imposed on the Jewish people, creating a significant cultural and religious conflict.
And we read that in the book of I think it was Second Edges, Brother Jalen brought it out in chapter 6.
Second Maccabees.
Second Maccabees, that right now you have a significant cultural and religious conflict in yourself.
That's right.
Because you don't understand who the natural Greeks are and who the Hellenized Greeks are in the Bible.
That's right.
You think they're the same. That's your conflict. And it was designed for you to be tripped up, It was designed for us, but it was designed for you to be tripped up and now understand. But the prophets are back. The
That's right.
spirit of the prophets are back on the street.
That's
The,
right.
the spirit of the prophets are back.
That's
You
right.
don't know who we are. We probably never know, but the spirit of the prophets are back. That's
That's
why you see the brothers on the street and doing the lessons and on the YouTube and different camps and different things coming out. Now, some of them, like I know Brother Jed, we was talking about. We know that some of us, you know, that they're going to bring out the word to bring people in, and some of us going to be destroyed for whatever reason, secret sin, lying, whatever. But
That's
it
right.
doesn't matter. The Most High is a genius. He brings out the world and it brings out the word through many people. And
That's right.
some of those people that bring out the word are going to be destroyed right along with the rest of the 2/3.
That's right.
We're trying not to be part of that.
That's
But
right.
just remember, the Lord used who he want to use.
That's right.
And he'll use somebody that's wicked as hell to convert you, to bring you back to him, and then he'll destroy that same person.
That's right.
I think a lot of times we forget about that. We forget about that. They'll bring you back to him and destroy the person that we seen it.
That's right.
Great teachers bring in a lot of people back to him, keeping the commandments, keeping our holy days, come back to our heritage, and take that one individual and destroy him and cast him into outer darkness.
That's right.
Most High genius, he do that. Let's get the next page, man. I'm going overboard. Let's get the Roman captivity.
All praises. This is the Roman captivity. 66.
Time of Yahushua.
That's right. 66 through 193, 66 BC through 193 AD.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 2, and verse 1.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus.
Caesar, yeah. Caesar, y'all like the New Testament, but you don't talk about that.
That's right.
Y'all, you do the Jews went against Christ.
That's right.
But you don't talk about the rulership that we was under. Why is that? Why you don't talk about that? Why you don't teach on that?
That's right.
Well, the Jews would have get crushed. The Jews, but you don't talk about the Romans.
That's right.
Some of you Negroes is bootlicking puppets.
That's right.
When you're up in that pulpit, you don't ever teach on that. You don't never talk about the rulership. That's why Brother Jalen did a wonderful job laboring and putting this together for you, so you'll understand what captivity you was in.
That's right.
So you understand what rulership you was under. Read on, go ahead.
All the world should be taxed.
And this is one of the reasons why we could tax. This is what they, this is what we had zealots and stuff that went against the Roman. We won't get into that, but
that's right.
That went against the Roman rule because Judea, the children of Judea, which is the Jews, the Israelites, the children of Israel, was under the Roman rule, just like we under the American rule now.
That's right.
Give me 3 and 1 real quick.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Of the reign of Tiberius, Pontius Pilate being governor of Judea, and Herod being tetrarch of Galilee, and his brother Philip, tetrarch of Iturea, and of the region of Trachonitis, and Licinius, the tetrarch of Abilene. So
we know that we under the Roman rule.
That's right.
Under his rulership. The Roman conquest, in 63, what's that? Common Era, before the Common Era, right? Jerome Pompey captured Jerusalem and absorbed, has Moslem kingdom of Judea into the Roman spirit influence. We got the oppressive rule, tension escalate over the next century due to heavy taxation. Roman governors insensitivity to the Israelite religious laws. They always had problems with our laws. Why is that? Right. Why do the Greek have problem with our laws?
That's right.
Why did Nebuchadnezzar have problem with our laws? Why do Persians have problems with Israelites' laws?
That's right.
Why do they have a problem with our laws? And you don't even want to keep them, and you say we can't keep them.
That's right.
Why do they got a problem with our laws?
Mm.
Why do they have a problem with us keeping the commandments of the Most High? Why do these white folks, these Egyptians, these Amorites, Edom, all these different Edomites, Jebusites, all these different nations have problems with us keeping our commandments?
That's right.
It's a constant theme in the Bible.
That's right.
Good correction. The antagonists. These people are antagonists.
That's right.
Now, I'll tell you both. This Bible is about antagonists and protagonists.
That's right.
And these other nations are the antagonists to the protagonists of us, the children of Israel.
That's
and
right.
as when you break down this Bible, like Brother Jalen did, we're breaking down the captivities of the Bible by the Bible, the biblical records through captivities. You get a better understanding of what's going on with us.
That's right.
And also our disobedience as well.
That's right.
Because like a lot of our problems was going after about our disobedience, especially Jeremiah in the Babylon captivity, about our disobedience. Read the next bullet. Siege in Jerusalem, common era.
Jerusalem, 70 CE, led by General Titus. Roman forces besieged Jerusalem. Internal strife among Jewish factions weakened the city's defense, and the Romans eventually breached its walls.
Mm-hmm.
Destruction of the Second Temple. After capturing the city, the Romans destroyed Jerusalem and burnt the second temple.
You think them white folks ain't gonna be punished for burning down the second temple?
That's right.
You act like they gonna get away with it scot-free because we got Yahweh Shah, because we got Christ now.
Right.
You know you reap what you sow.
That's right.
You believe in the Bible that you reap what you sow? Whatever a man sow, well, how it go out?
Right. Whatever a man sow it, that shall he reap.
That shall he reap. What you think? You think they gonna get away with burning down the Lord's temple? You out your mind.
Right.
You gotta pay for that. We don't.
Remember, this is the second time they burned down both temples. We read in 1 Ezra 4 how Cyrus vowed to rebuild the temples that who? The Edomites
burned down.
This is the second time they burnt down both the temple. Both times we had that temple, they burnt them both down.
And
like
you
said.
And you believe in your imaginary mind that the Romans, which we know, even if you don't, you know the Romans was so-called white man.
Yeah, right.
You know the Greeks was so-called white man. You know that. You know that. History will show you that. They even got statues of how they look.
That's right.
You think that they're not going to be punished for burning down the temples of the Lord? Mm. That's probably the reason why they're going in. One of the reasons why they're going in the servitude.
That's right.
You know, I'm looking at it. It may be more because of that than because of what they did to us. It may be because they burned down them temples.
That's right.
Well, I don't know the Lord's mind, but I can see that when a temple is built to the Lord, and you burn down something that the Most High wanted, designed, and created, and He give you the instructions on how to do it, and then you got some folks that come in and burn it down. You don't think that's offensive to the Lord, to the Most High God? You don't think that He's not gonna do something about that? You out your mind. God is He's the destroyer. You need to understand that, and He get angry. But anyway, move. Let's get the next bullet out.
All praises. Enslavement. Tens of thousands of Jews were taken captive and sold into slavery, with many forced to work in Roman mines or fight as gladiators.
Who you think we was the gladiators?
That's right.
We the gladiators now.
That's right.
We play football. You see how they treating some of our young gladiators now?
That's right.
You know, they trying to put their gladiators over our gladiators in this football. Mm. You know, I don't even want to get into it. But you got to understand, we the gladiators. That's why the sports is good. Basketball, football, modern day gladiator sports.
That's right.
Even in tennis, even in golf, we surpass everybody.
That's right.
At one time, we're going to always be some of us is great. Michael Jordan, the greatest. LeBron James, one of the greatest. That's Tiger Woods, the greatest. These young black sisters that's playing tennis right now, getting, you know, disrespected,
That's right.
beating folks. Serena Williams, whether she going off or not now, she was the greatest.
That's right.
Football, Jim Brown, all these different running backs and everything. We the greatest in every sport.
That's right.
Man, we even good in hockey.
That's right.
Gladiator sports. We were the gladiators.
That's
We
right.
the one that fill up the seats. Give me the other one, our glass bullet.
Mass casualties. Hundreds of thousands of Israelites were killed by starvation, disease, or Roman forces.
They trying to kill us now.
That's right.
That's how we know what captivity we've been in. That's why we did it. Brother Jalen did it this way for you. Read on.
That's right. The diaspora. The destruction and violence drove many survivors to join existing Jewish communities outside Judea, further expanding the Israelite Jews diaspora.
What's that? Flee to the mountains? What's that
That's right.
scripture?
That's Matthew 24.
Let's get that.
Dang,
I'm gonna get it real quick.
I think that's Matthew 24. Let me see. Matthew 24 and 16.
Got it. Read that real quick,
Okay.
please.
I'll start at 15.
That's good.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation,
Mm-hmm.
of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso read it, let him understand. Let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
And what did we do during the Roman captivity rule? We fled. A lot of men of us fled into Africa.
That's right. That's
and
right.
we got spread out through the diaspora.
That's right.
And then once they came in this period, the next period that we're going to talk about, this is where a lot of our we got scattered right here.
That's right.
And Yahushua, Christ predicted 30 years before he died that they was going to destroy the temple.
That's right.
And you can do your own research and find that on your own.
That's right.
This is why Brother Jalen did it the way he did it. Because you'll get better understanding when you know what captivity that we're in.
That's
And
right.
I yield, Brother Jalen, unless you got something else you want to add.
No, sir. All praises. Beautifully said.
Our last one. I'll let you do this one, Brother Jalen.
Okay.
If you want to do this one, it's fine. It's up to you.
All praises. This is the last captivity, family, which is the American captivity. 1600 AD to present. We might even go back a little bit, 1492.
Yeah.
Things
we
like
could.
that.
Right.
But, we know as far as in the United States, it was 1619 when we came to Jamestown. We was talking about this throughout this whole time. But the elder made some beautiful points when he was talking about this. Jim Crow, police brutality, right? Slavery, losing our heritage. But let's just give that 400 years prophecy that we have in Genesis chapter 15 and verse 3.
This is and Abram said, "Behold, to me thou hast given no seed." Did I write that right?
Genesis 15 and 13.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. Oh, I left out the number.
Yes, 13.
I'm sorry, 13.
Uh-huh.
My bad, Salakia. And he said unto Abram, know of surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 400 years.
Right, and we've been in this land for 400 years. Right, we just talking about America. Right, 1619, and 6 years ago it was 2019. Right, and we see that it is a great and mass awakening of this time period, right? Of the time that we are in. But we want to prove to y'all that America is the captivity that we are referring to. When you get a chance, Elder, can you go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68?
Con. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt. My eyes is acting up. This book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
Egypt is what? Slavery. I'm going to bring you into slavery again with ships. There's only one nation we know that went into slavery on ships. That's what Elder was bringing out. We fled to the mountains. Then they came to Africa, picked us up, took us on slave ships across the ocean to America. That's how we know America is spiritual Egypt, as the word says. Right? Keep going, Elder.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and that ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bond women, for bond men and bond women, and no man shall buy you.
Right. We'll never be redeemed back to our heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But let's not get discouraged, everybody, because this is where we will be delivered at. How do we know that? Let's get one more precept on this thing. Let's go to Revelations chapter 11. We're going to prove to you that this final captivity is where we will be delivered at. Right? Go ahead. 11 and verse 8. I'm sorry.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
That Egypt is the same Egypt of Deuteronomy 28 and 68. I'm going to bring you back into Egypt again with ships. Not the physical, but the spiritual Egypt, America. Right? America is going to be destroyed. This is the last captivity. Right? So we got Revelations 11 and 8 showing you that Sodom and Egypt, the spiritual, is also known as the great city. Right? Let's see what's going to happen to that great city. Let's go to Revelation chapter 18 and verse.
I'm looking forward to
All praises. In verse 10.
Mm-hmm. There it is. Staring afar. Oh, let's start at 9. Can we start at 9?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Why? Because them nuclear missile, what is it called? You know, Elder, you was in the
Navy. No, that's fine. Nuclear bombs, yeah. Tomahawk cruise missiles with nuclear bombs in them, capability with nuclear capability.
Right. It's gonna be burning up this great city, right? The same great city that was spoken about in Revelations 11 and 8, which is called Egypt and Sodom. Right? Go ahead, Elder.
It's also called this, right? Stand verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city. That mighty city, for in 1 hour this thy judgment come.
And we know that in 1 hour, Most High gonna destroy this place through his son Yahushua. Right? That's why we say Kwam Yasharala. What does that mean? Rise, O Israel.
That's right. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Right. So don't be discouraged. I know y'all think, God dang, is Israel a homeborn slave?
Yeah.
No.
Why she's small.
That's right. This is that last slavery, y'all. So we need to get it right. Because after this, it ain't going to be no more. No other kingdom but the kingdom of Israel. And if you ain't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you will not be able to enjoy the fruits of the next to come, which is a world without end, which is the world of Israel. And with
no more sickness.
That's right.
No more death. No more disease.
That's right.
No more mental illness. No more suffering. strengthen our bodies. I always tell Brother Jill, I said, man, we probably going. They got that little joke going around. One 100 men against one gorilla.
That's right.
We probably gonna have the strength of a gorilla.
That's right.
You
That's
know,
right.
we're gonna have the power because we're gonna have to have the power, the strength, and the power to hold these other nations in servitude
That's
because we
right.
know they're not gonna accept it.
That's right.
And so we're gonna be translated out of here. Hopefully, when the missiles come,
That's
many
right.
of us are gonna die.
That's right.
But we hope that some of us come back, and then hopefully the dead in Christ arrive first as well. I think we was in Thessalonians. We talked about that.
That's right.
But the purpose again of this lesson was to, and I'll just let Brother Jalen tell you the purpose of this lesson before we close, so he'll give a better understanding of what his vision
All praise.
was.
All praise. Once again, like the elder was saying beautifully, this is the biblical books written during the children of Israel 7 captivities, right? With the last being more of a prophecy than an actual written record. We're writing the records right now, family.
That's right. Yep.
Right? And how are we writing these records? By doing these Sabbath classes and going out in the streets to do the work. Right? The prophets are back. Daniel is back. Peter back. James back. John back. Hosea back. Right? And what we're doing is we should be learning from the prophets of the old, right? Seeing the records that they wrote during their captivity and applying it today. So when them ballistic missiles do hit, we will be translated in the air and caught up to meet the Lord. Right? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Yoda.
No, that's right. And so this is why it's important to understand the biblical records
That's
in
right.
each captivity.
That's right.
That's why it's important.
That's right.
This is why we labor to do what we do.
That's right.
And as we read in the prologue, some of our words may not always be right.
That's right.
But our heart is pure in doing his work.
That's right.
So we just want to say, we hope that someone can look at this lesson. Right. And pay attention to it, go back and study it, and improve upon it. We don't care. Because our mission is to cry aloud out to our people, to sound the trumpet.
That's right.
And give the warning, which we got the feast of I think next week we got the feast of the feast of trumpets coming.
That's right.
So you might hear some of this again. Our job is to blow the trumpet and sound the alarm. That's all we're doing. That's right. And giving our people the opportunity to go back and look at what we did and study and approve upon it and hope that we can deliver. And if you have any doubt that you're an Israelite, look at those, look at what we gave you. Look at the scriptures, go back and read it, identify which captivity it was. You'll know that we are the children of Israel. Right. And that you need to come back and start serving the Lord and start keeping the commandments of the Most High.
All praise.
What can we say to these? What should we say to these things?
Man, keep the commandments of God. You're going to have to if you want to get translated out of this captivity.
I'm Brother Abad with the tents of the congregation.
And I'm Brother Jalen with the tents of the congregation.
And with that, we say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, family.